Churchill Downs. For the 149th Run for the Roses,
they're off.
This is LEX 18 at the Derby.
Almost to noontime and almost time to say good afternoon live here from Churchill Downs, historic Churchill Downs in Louisville, where we're excitedly waiting for the running of the 149th Kentucky Derby. Glad you're here with us. I'm Larry Smith.
And for those of you watching at home, maybe at your Derby party, we want to get you ready and give you a lot of information, but also give you the experience so you feel like you're here. We're going to give you the fun, the fashion. Look at the food. It won't be the same as eating it, but we'll give you everything that Derby City has to offer.
Odds, and again, the big story today, in case you haven't heard, the favorite Forte scratching earlier today. So now 5 horses scratching. So it'll be just only an 18-horse race. We'll get into so much more of that as we are not done anytime soon. Post time coming up 6:57, but we're here with you until 2:30 today, and then we'll rejoin you afterwards for a special Derby show, post-Derby show coming up at 7:30 tonight.
And I think that is the best part of it.
Yeah.
You get a feel for everything that happened, and at that point too we'll have reaction from the connections of the winner, so you want to watch that for sure. You know, so far here at the track it's been a pretty pleasant day, and we know the men, as Bill Meck said, probably don't mind that it's a little overcast.
Yeah, we're okay because we're not, with all the lights, it's warm as well.
Yes.
The occasional breeze kind of evens things out. Just the way that Chief Meteorologist Bill Meck ordered it. Bill joins us from the Horseshoe balcony with the very latest. Sir, hello to you again.
Hello, and so far so good. And Larry, you got to remember, we're branding everything, so it's an LEX 18 horse field as we are going
See
through
what you
this.
did there. Nice.
Yeah. So, they planned it perfectly for us. We thank Churchill Downs for that on what has been a terrific day. And if you missed the last segment, how cool is it that Ricky found the Grand Poobah from the Loyal Order of Water Buffaloes out there? So, again, it's a great day out here at Churchill Downs. The clouds they're holding tough, but they're thinning some. We're getting kind of some veiled sunshine coming through at this point. Nice thing about thin clouds, they don't make rain. And they actually keep the temperature down a degree or two, but still, we're looking good for us. As we're going to show you the Max Track Live Doppler here, what we're looking at right now is a quiet scenario, and that's good. We want to keep it that way through the day. And there's a pretty good chance that we will. Let's go to the future track. And with that, you see that the clouds, they're going to be with us. They will thin from time to time. In fact, the further east you go, the more sunshine you're going to end up with. But the Louisville area, you see the clouds are pretty tenacious. At least a thin overcast remains in place. But rain chances, they remain pretty small for us. And that does make it good for us. And temperatures, they are on the way up. Now, we're still before the noon hour officially, so we haven't clicked over to the 12 o'clock readings yet, at least not in Louisville. 73 right now in Lexington, so that is an updated number. 72 as we look to Richmond, 71 over toward Jackson, upper 60s across southern Kentucky. Louisville still holding at that 69 at least for the moment. As we are talking about fun facts to know and tell, our favorite department in the Storm Tracker Weather Center. You know, it could be worse, gang. It could be a whole lot worse. Back in 1989, when Sunday Silence won the Derby, sleet fell for about 10 minutes. And by the way, the day after, the Sunday after, it snowed. So again, the mid to upper 70s we're going to enjoy today is a whole lot better for you. Let's go ahead and talk about that forecast specifically. We're going to see temperatures as we roll through the noon hour in the low 70s. As we go through the afternoon, temperatures are headed to the upper 70s. Could flirt with 80 in a couple of spots. You notice the rain chance is not 0, but it's close. Really wanted to keep it there, but there's just that small chance a little sprinkle could try and pop up. We're going to watch a pretty good thunderstorm complex that likely arrives a few hours after the Derby this evening. So again, there's a little timing issue, but at this point we are looking good. That's what we want to tell you here from the balcony, as we just watched the governor come in a minute ago as well. So again, lots of stuff to see here, lots of people watching from the balcony, and the all-new Churchill Downs with the new paddock area as well. Hey, we'll send it back to you, Larry and Nancy.
Well, Bill, in reality, that means we have an 80% chance that it's not going to rain.
I like that.
The cup's more than half full.
There you go. I like that. Yeah, good way to look at things. Absolutely. Well, it's a very special derby here, marking the 50th anniversary of Secretariat's Triple Crown win.
And I guess you could say I took a deep dive into all things Big Red. And where better to learn more about Secretariat than the place he spent many years? We'll go to Claiborne Farm next.
There's been 22 Kentucky
Twice a day.
winners, 20 Preakness winners, 22 Belmont winners, and 6 of the 13 Triple Crown winners.
All year long.
Then you have Bold Rulers, Secretariat Sire.
Southern hospitality and a lesson in the horse industry can be found at Claiborne Farm in Paris.
I'm from Ireland originally.
Jillian Murtaugh Anderberg and husband Eric traveled from Rockford, Illinois.
I ride horses myself, so I've got a huge appreciation for thoroughbreds, good breeding, the kind of program they have here. So it's an amazing opportunity to see the top of the field, the gold standard for what we do with horses.
Of course, the top attraction, walking where the mighty Secretariat once stood in retirement.
It's amazing. It's one of those that it's almost hallowed ground because he was just such an amazing horse.
Over the years, we've had plenty of strange requests, like people wanting to get married over top of his grave, or, like I said, people just break down in tears. It's amazing what he meant to so many people.
The fame of Secretariat has extended to Claiborne Farm and the industry itself, attracting fans who then get a better appreciation for the horse world.
Me and my buddies were in service together, served over in the desert, and we come down and do the Bourbon Trail every year.
Have you visited Claiborne before?
Never. Never.
What are your first impressions?
Impressive.
Visiting during Secretariat's 50th anniversary felt a little more special for some.
Especially seeing the stall where Secretariat used to stand, unbelievable.
Because it's about more than the passage of time, more than setting records that still stand today. It's about celebrating memories and the fact that some things never change.
When they're on the tour, you can see that excitement, and when people walk through here in the graveyard or see a stall, it really means a lot to a lot of people.
It takes your breath away. I have no other words other than it just takes your breath away.
I think a couple people even shed a tear while we were on that tour. It is very special. And the Hancocks were telling me that by today, Secretariat's grave will be covered with roses. Some people send roses anonymously, but people will come by and leave pennies for owner Penny Chenery and lots of roses there to celebrate Big Red.
This has been special for you. I know you've really gotten into the 50th anniversary and then so many great stories.
Yeah, it's just so special to look back. And I first met Nigel and his wife, and that kind of got me into it. And then I just had to celebrate Secretariat.
Great work again to bring us that story. By the way, if you would like to visit Claiborne Farm for yourself, you can book a tour by logging on to claibornefarm.com/visit. Well, hold your horses. Stole her line from last hour. Yeah, that's what I do. Our live coverage from the Downs is just coming down the stretch.
Coming up, we'll learn about another horse hoping to secure that first jewel in the Triple Crown.
Don't buy a pre-owned Honda unless Honda certified it. Drive with confidence knowing your engine, transmission, brakes, and more. Honda certified it. Plus, get a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty covering your Honda certified pre-owned vehicle. Only at your local Honda dealer.
Discover Lexington's premier shopping and dining destination at Fayette Mall.
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can go out and do all the things that make summer, summer. Like getting ice cream, movie nights. I'll keep it down. Hiking with the besties, catching sunsets, or just plain catch. Go long.
Save on the aggressively sophisticated Toyota Highlander or the electrified Highlander Hybrid and get APR financing as low as 3.99%, plus 2 years no-cost maintenance.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places.
The way I get around nowadays is unique. Ever since my car insurance rate increased, I needed to find cheaper ways to get from point A to point B. Goes that one. But now that I found affordable insurance, I'm back in the driver's seat.
With savings of up to 25%, Safe Auto lets you stop compromising and keep driving.
Safe Auto. LiquorBarn.com.
Liquor Barn, where Kentuckians go to celebrate Derby.
Stop in for lunch or order fully prepared meals for Mother's Day. We guarantee you'll taste the Critchfield difference. Critchfield Meats Family Market on Southland Drive, your celebration destination.
When it has a 182-point inspection by factory-trained technicians, Honda certified it. When it has a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty, Honda certified it. Only when you buy a certified pre-owned Honda at your local Honda dealer, Honda certified it.
Welcome back to Churchill Downs. We're live in Louisville for Derby 149. We're glad you're with us here today.
Yeah, as we continue to count down to Derby 149, we're learning just a bit about each of the contenders.
That's right. So let's go to Keith Farmer on the backside now to talk about Two Phils.
Yeah, you know, this is, we got 5 horses left to preview here, and Two Phils being one of those, and it's one that has kind of driven you a little bit crazy.
It has, and I have to be honest about that, because I know it's a little bit nerdy, but I did go to journalism school, okay? So I think it's fine to say that I just don't like the apostrophe. It's not right. It doesn't need the apostrophe.
Like, what does Two Phils have,
What
right?
does it own? It's not, it doesn't need to be possessive.
Maybe it's a Derby trophy.
But, to be fair, Two Phils trainer did speak this week and said, you know what, American Pharaoh did spell Pharaoh wrong, and I think we all know that it worked out okay for American Pharaoh, so it could be a little bit of a good luck charm. You never know. I'm trying to be positive about it.
That's all you can do at this
You
point.
know.
All right, the winner of the Jeff Ruby Stakes, let's take a little closer look at Two Phils. Two Phils is a seasoned veteran coming into the Kentucky Derby with 8 career starts at 6 different tracks. His first race takes him all the way back to June 23rd of 2022, right here at Churchill Downs, where he finished 5th in a field of 10. Two Phils then won back-to-back in a maiden race at Colonial Downs and the Shakopee Juvenile Stakes at Canterbury Downs. He had a poor showing in the Breeders' Futurity, finishing 7th, but then returned to Churchill Downs in October, where he proved he could win at the home of the Derby in the street sense. He continued to earn valuable points for the Derby with a second-place finish in the LeCompte Stakes at the Fairgrounds and a third place at the same track for the Risen Star. Now, Two Phils comes into the Run for the Roses off a victory in the Jeff Ruby Stakes. However, none of the other 9 colts in that race have earned a spot here in the Derby.
It's an impassioned run by Two Phils, who's drawing away with authority.
I just think he's coming off his best race, and I don't think we emptied the tank in the last race. He kind of did it easy, galloped out good, and his progression in his races, in my mind, I know there hasn't been any issues at all. So as a trainer, that's huge. I mean, you could have, oh, well, maybe he this, or he didn't eat real good one day, but maybe, you know, I'm nothing.
And there you have it. That's everything you need to know about Two Phils. But here's a little bit more information just in case you need a little bit more before you begin to place your bets. Trainer Larry Ravelli, odds now 8-1. That has moved down a little bit from the morning line odds of 12-1. Of course, Keith, we've seen so many scratches over the last couple of days. Most recently, Forte just this morning. Previously, the favorite. Two Phils is one of those horses we've seen move up the leaderboard a little bit in that absence.
The winner of the Jeff Ruby Stakes, Rich Strike, didn't win it, but he did win the Derby. So coming in here off the Jeff Ruby Stakes up in Northern Kentucky, as we bring in Todd Trupp, I think I may have butchered a race. I'm not sure. But I also want to try. It's going to stump her. I'm not sure if it's going to stump you, but Larry Ravelli as a 9-year-old, was in Blues Brothers.
Yeah.
Backup dancer, right?
Yeah, it was the scene where Ray Charles does a solo, and the kids are dancing in the streets, and there's a young Larry Ravelli. You know your Derby trivia. Well done, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
And Two Phils is obviously named after two guys named Phil, and both of them will be here. And as you both mentioned, Two Phils has taken a lot of play. Now that Forte is out of the Kentucky Derby, all these scratches that we've had, you come into this odds board with a lot of surprises because of that. Things you would not have expected, like Two Phils being around 7-1. Let's take a look at the odds for the field that remains for the Kentucky Derby. Two Phils breaking from post position 3 and up on the board right now at 8-1. So it's actually gone up a point since we last talked about him. Taking a look at Tappet, Trice, and Angel of Empire, they've been kind of entrenched at 9-2. So now our third choice is Dermis Sotogake, the horse based in Japan, but a horse that went to Dubai, and by winning the United Arab Emirates Derby, had an automatic spot into the Kentucky Derby. He went gate to wire. If you've watched him in the mornings here at Churchill Downs, he's a character. He runs with his head sideways. He's hard to control with his exercise rider. He might be the horse to watch early on because he might dictate the pace in this year's Kentucky Derby. And then drawing in Cyclone Mischief. That horse for trainer Dale Romans represents great value at 30-1. And as we mentioned earlier, we'll get the rider of Forte. Irad Ortiz Jr. will now be aboard. Money's still pouring in on the Kentucky Derby, which is still a little ways away. Let's go to Larry and Nancy.
Thank you, Todd. There is a party going on in the infield.
Yeah, and we know that so many of you are having us at your party as well. We hear from you all the time. Glad you're here with us. Coming up, we are bringing the party to you as well, wherever you are. See more during our live coverage of Derby 149. That's next.
They remind us of the wonder of living and the power of quiet moments. That put life into focus. The mountains are calling. Plan your next memory at Gatlinburg.com.
What does Kentucky need in an ag commissioner? Someone who's tough as Shell. Jonathan Shell. A farmer, fighter, and family man with the experience to lead. There's no quit in Jonathan Shell. He'll never back down from the woke liberals attacking our way of life.
To stop Biden and save Kentucky, Frankfort needs fighters who are tough as Shell. I'd be honored to have your vote.
Believe in hope, in willpower, and work, in seeking, and screening, and knowing, and treating, in dedication, determination, and we're getting through this, whatever it takes, in bravery, in breakthroughs, in beating the odds. Believe in a cancer-free future for all of Kentucky. Believe in Markey.
Hi, I'm Morty, your LO. First-time buyers, huh? Well, I'd recommend an FRM since it's going to be your PR. Well, your DTI looks good, including the new PITI, so I'm going to...
Are you understanding any of this?
Shopping for a mortgage online might look easy, but unless you speak the language, it can be confusing. At Monticello Bank, our loan officers will take you through the process step by step, face to face.
Thanks for being an MBC customer. Monticello Banking Company.
Monticello Bank, member FDIC.
In combat, voting falls by the wayside because the process is convoluted. The system caused me to believe that my vote may not matter. That's not what all of these men and women fought and died for. That's not what I fought for.
No one should ever have to wonder if their vote counts. As your Secretary of State, I'll make sure we're bringing truth, transparency, and leadership back to this office. On May 16th, vote for Steve Nipper, Republican Secretary of State.
Thanks for sticking with us as we get you ready for the most exciting 2 minutes in sports here at the 149th Kentucky Derby. You know, today we were expecting around 145,000 people here at Churchill Downs.
Isn't that crazy?
It's just amazing.
For one race, that's amazing. Well, and the infield is actually the closest you can get to the track and all the action. Michael Burke is also looking quite dapper today, and he's getting in on the action too. And he spent some time in the infield. Hi, Michael.
I tried. Not as good as you guys. You know, before I sat down here, Austin Pollock came to me and said, I think I just hit the trifecta in the fourth. He did not. That's probably a good thing. Otherwise, he might have done the proverbial mic drop and left us and retired. But the wagering scene, the handle is certainly growing here at Churchill Downs, and the wagering inside the infield is a big part of that action. You know, you hear about these people and you wonder, who are these people who win Powerball? Who are these people who are winning these six-figure scratch-off prizes? Well, I think I met two of them who should probably take their shot at those once they leave here today.
I actually won my first race I ever bet on in my life.
No, did that just happen, really?
The first race of the day. I got 3.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't mind me asking, how much did you win?
$13.
So I see you studying the form here. What are you thinking?
I'm trying to figure it out. I just figured out part of it, so I'm trying to work on it right now.
I've won both my bets so far.
You too, huh?
Yeah, 2 for 2.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Hoping to go home with some big winnings. I'm starting out small, but I'm going to start adding more as I go.
Yeah, so Ethan and Mark, they show up here and take all of our money. But you know what? That's how you get them to keep coming back. Right, Nancy, Larry?
That's right, Michael. And it might seem easy to that guy who won his first race, but it's not easy.
I won my first race, too, back in 1991. First time I bet. Haven't won since.
Okay. And I don't think Bill Mex ever cashed a ticket here. But all right, thanks. Well, horses are working all around the Bluegrass State.
Yeah, one program at a farm outside of Louisville is in Taylorsville and utilizing horses to help veterans.
They're doing incredible work. Angie Bevan joins us now to tell us more about the equine mentoring program.
Oh, good afternoon, Larry and Nancy. That's right. This equine therapy program is run through Veterans Club, Inc. And this program is helping veterans with everything from PTSD to traumatic brain injury and just other life challenges. In 6 years so far, they have helped thousands of veterans, first responders, and their families.
Veteran and founder of Veterans Club, Inc., Jeremy Harrell, knows how challenging it is to transition back to life at home after combat overseas.
I would try different modalities to try to overcome that. Nothing really stuck. And then I went out to Kansas to a horse farm, and I spent a weekend with horses, and I was like, wait a minute, I don't want to leave the barn. Like, there's something to this.
And he thought horses could really have a profound effect on other veterans, especially in Kentucky. So in 2017, he started the Equine Facilitated Mentoring Program.
So to date, we have helped over 3,800 veterans, first responders, and their families through our program. Yep.
Thomas Reardon is one of those veterans. He served in the first Gulf War and then worked as a firefighter and EMT. Just 3 years ago, life was a lot different.
I had 3 jobs and I was a workaholic, and that's what I did. I came out one day. I told my family I'd come out one day, and that's it. I usually just sat in my basement.
But that one day in the barn and with horses and other veterans made all the difference.
Long story short, here I am 3 years later, and I'm now part of the team that puts on the program. I've cut down my medicine from 14 meds to 3 meds, so I'm not living in the world of fog anymore because of these animals.
The horses live on the farm full-time, among them a rescued Mustang and some thoroughbreds.
It just makes sense where we are.
The merging of work with veterans and horses.
Makes the Derby extra special because not only do the horses do what they do there, which is really miraculous, but I know what these horses can do even long after their days of racing is over.
The impact Harrell hoped this program would have is being felt.
I grow every day. I mean, I'll see someone come in like I was when I first started, and I'll go up and talk to them, even though they don't like it. And by the end of the day, they're They're smiling, they're outgoing.
Among all sorts of therapies out there,
This is the one that's changed my life.
horses help provide something especially unique.
And the program director and founder who you heard from there, Jeremy Harrell, says that in the past 6 years, they have helped nearly 4,000 veterans and their families. And that's just in 6 years. They say in this past year alone, it was around 680 veterans who they helped. And they do these equine therapy programs about 3 times a month. Larry and Nancy, back over to you.
Just amazing. Angie, thanks so much for that. We are still more than 5 hours away from post time, coming up at 6:57. And you know, Churchill Downs is not the only place where you can watch Derby 149.
Coming up, we'll take a trip to Keeneland to see how folks are celebrating there.
Welcome to Daisy Hill Senior Living in Versailles, an award-winning community with independent and assisted living as well as memory care. We offer all-inclusive maintenance-free living, friendly staff, and large floor plans that fit any budget. We're excited to now offer short-term stays, perfect for those needing continual therapy, post-surgery assistance, family travels, or simply to experience the lifestyle we provide. We look forward to making a difference each and every day. Come see us soon at Daisy Hill.
There is one university that stands out in equine education. From its 200-acre campus in the heart of horse country, Midway University provides hands-on training to undergraduate students and offers programs in equine management, rehabilitation, and pre-veterinary science. For athletes, Midway provides scholarship opportunities on its Hunt Seat and Western Equestrian teams. Now, for the first time, Midway is offering an online equine business and sales degree and an advanced equine MBA degree for students anywhere. Find out more at midway.edu.
Every time when you play Kentucky 5, the new daily draw game available only in Kentucky. With a rolling jackpot, you win if your 5 numbers match the 5 numbers drawn. Gimme 5, Kentucky.
Funding more than $4.4 billion in grants and scholarships.
Since Joe Biden has been president, I've taken him to court 23 times. And Bashir, taking the fight to him too, held Biden and Bashir accountable over illegal immigration, abortion, the war on coal, and of course, we stopped their vaccine mandates. When Biden and Bashir step over the line and violate the Constitution, I fight back and win. I'm Daniel Cameron. I figure if we fight the radical liberals now, maybe kids like Theodore will still have the real America when it's their turn.
I've had hearing loss for many, many years. The TV would have to be at 100% volume. My daughter who barrel races, I couldn't hear her name called. A lot of times I would have to say, what was her time? And with all the effort of Dr. Vanessa, I was able to hear when they called for her and her horse to come. Everything is different for me now. The hearing aids that I got are amazing. I absolutely recommend coming to Bluegrass Hearing because they have changed my life. Thanks, everyone, for sticking with us on this first Saturday in May. If you can't make it to Louisville yourself, but you still want to get out of the house, maybe you've seen enough of Larry and me, there is another place in Lexington where you can watch the big race.
There's never too much of us. Yeah, no. Keeneland is simulcasting all of the races, and that's where Rachel Richardson is right now and joins us live with more on the celebration. Rachel, good afternoon.
Still continuing to have a great time out here at Keeneland. People have come from around the state and even out of state to enjoy Derby Day here. And you can see that people are sitting out, taking their places to get ready for that big race this afternoon. And people have gotten dressed up in their bright colors and hats. And there are a lot of beautiful and creative outfits out here this year. I spoke with one family who came from Maryland, and it's their first time at Keeneland, and they're celebrating the Derby and another big milestone.
So I'm out here because
because I graduated from the University of Kentucky this weekend. Go Wildcats! And I'm here with all of my moms, and we're here. This is our first Derby, or our first Keeneland.
I'm so proud to be here. I love the company. Everybody's so nice and kind. It's just been a beautiful experience. So thank you all for accommodating us, and it's just wonderful.
Is there anything else? A lot more is going on out here today, and we'll definitely keep you posted on all the fun. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Rachel. We are now just one race closer, actually, to the Kentucky Derby as race 4 wraps up here at Churchill Downs.
Let's turn now to horse racing expert Todd Schrupp for his insights on that race. Todd.
What a race it was, Larry and Nancy. And in here was last year's champion, female sprinter, Goodnight Olive. She was overwhelming as the horse to beat going in, but turning for home, it was apparent she was in trouble. Here's Travis Stone with the call.
They head for the main track, and Travel Columns in front as they cross over. Matt Teray is right there racing second. Goodnight Olive toward the inside, tugs up to be third. Wicked Halo backs off, defers into fourth, 2 lengths back. Colton Sultry is off the pace today in fifth, and My Destiny's at the back in sixth. So down the back stretch run, the opening quarter mile on the board. They head to the half-mile pole, and it's Travel Column the leader with 4 furlongs remaining now. Matt Teray is prompting from the outside second. Wicked Halo comes on 3 wide third. Goodnight Olive covered up. Down inside fourth. She's 2.5 lengths off the lead. There's 3 furlongs to go. Hot and Sultry moves up to her outside. 6 lengths back to My Destiny. So round the far turn, Matt Tereya's coming after Travel Column. These two head to head. Wicked Halo 3 wide off the turn. Goodnight Olive is stuck in behind. She needs to find a way through. Hot and Sultry's coming down the center. Matt Tereya's in front at the 8th pole. The lead is 2. Wicked Halo's keeping Goodnight Olive pinned in toward the rail. She can't get out. 16th to go. Matt Tereya, length and a half. Wicked Halo. Goodnight Olive trying to muscle her way through. Oh, what a tough trip there. Matt Tereya won it in the end. Wicked Halo second.
Matt Tereya, what a ride by Flavien Prat. Obviously trouble for the favorite in there, but Flavien Prat will be aboard Angel of Empire later today. He's already got a couple of wins on the card. He's one of the top jockeys in the country. When he gets in the zone, look out. Matt Tereya, owned by Godolphin, homebred for Godolphin, Bay Filly by Pioneer of the Nile, who is the sire of American Pharoah, Triple Crown winner back in 2015. Matt Tereya out of the Bernardini mare, Innovative Idea, trained by Brad Cox, as we mentioned, ridden by Flavien Prat. Race number 5 will be the first time that we get onto the turf today. The turf course is listed as firm. Coming up next, it's the Grade 2 Longines Churchill Distaff Turf Mile for fillies and mares 4-year-olds and upward. Scratch the 6, Sister Lou Ann, leaving us with a field of 6. Trainer Chad Brown has 3 horses in this field of 6. He's also had a miserable Derby week thus far. He just watched Goodnight Olive get beat in the previous race with that bad trip as a heavy favorite. Let's see if Chad Brown can finally get back to winning. He's got 3 chances in the field of 6 coming up next in race number 5 at Churchill Downs. But coming up next after the short timeout, we return to our on-site coverage here, LEX 18 at the Derby. We'll check in with Bill Meck and see the latest weather.
The Big Blue Nation's official station is LEX 18.
Zero sugar. All do. No, seriously, this is zero sugar. Hey, I'm not even hypnotizing you. Come on, hey, it's real. Zero sugar do.
Summer's here, and with an exciting new Toyota, you can take a trip to the beach, the city, the mountains, the desert, the bayou. I think I'm sinking. Definitely sinking.
Take your adventures off-road in a legendary new 4Runner or save on the best-selling Tacoma. Now with 3.99 APR financing, plus 2 years no-cost maintenance.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places. Believe in hope, in willpower, in work, in seeking, in screening, in knowing, in treating, in dedication, determination, and we're getting through this, whatever
whatever it takes. In bravery, in breakthroughs, in beating the odds. Believe in a cancer-free future for all of Kentucky. Believe in Markey.
Feel the burn. Let's make it hot in here.
When you feel the burn but can't see the results, it's time to cool down. The reality is, no matter how hard you hit the gym, some trouble areas just won't go away, which is why Cool Blue LEX is dropping the temperature, performing the most cool sculpting treatments in the state of Kentucky.
In an hour, I can safely eliminate stubborn fat without surgery using FDA-cleared technology to freeze fat, or make those abs ripped with our new muscle toning technology. Cool down and tone up with Cool Blue LEX.
Shop today, buy today, delivered today at Perryville Furniture. Find the perfect fit for every room in your home with brands you trust. Furniture for your entire home at small town prices. Perryville Furniture, 3 generations strong.
Hello there, single barrel beauty.
Oh. Find what you love what you find. Only at Total Wine & More.
LEX 18 would like to thank Dillard's and Fayette Mall for helping our Derby team look their best at Churchill Downs. Shop Fayette Mall and Dillard's for all your spring attire needs. And thanks for watching LEX 18.
Down to the wire, the Kentucky Derby.
You're watching LEX 18 at the Derby.
Welcome back. It is a wonderful afternoon here at Churchill Downs. We're anxiously awaiting post time of Kentucky Derby 149.
Yeah, we are so glad you are joining us here for our exclusive all-day live coverage leading up to the Run for the Roses. The atmosphere here in Louisville is always unlike anything else in the world of any sporting event. Thousands of people ready to watch tonight's big race.
Of course, everything changes if the weather's bad, right? But so far, it's been pretty nice here with a bit of a breeze. Let's go to Chief Meteorologist Bill Mack to see if that's going to hold up.
Looking at some new data just now. The beauty of having Wi-Fi and a computer up here on the balcony is that it is looking pretty good for us. In fact, the rain chances, we've got them listed at 20 at 7 o'clock. We might go ahead and bring that back to 10, but I didn't have time to fix the graphics, so we'll just talk about that when we get there. So no, although the clouds are out here, and the clouds will probably be a pretty dominant part of the day, they're thin. They are not rain-making clouds. All they'll do is keep the temperatures from getting too hot today, which is a good thing. A little bit of a breeze blowing keeps things comfortable. Also a good thing. Bottom line is, most of the day looks like a pretty good thing. And first on the Max Track Live Doppler. And we are looking at a scenario where right now we are dry. That is the way we want to keep it as we go through the rest of the afternoon. We are looking at showers and storms that are developing out to our west in advance of a warm front. By the way, that warm front plays a role for us next week. Those storms are eventually going to turn right and start heading down toward the Ohio Valley. So with that in mind, you go to the future track here, and it's still showing a pretty decent overcast is going to stay, but it's a thin overcast. So we get some sunshine through that once in a while, kind of some veiled sunshine. You can't rule out a little stray shower, but again, the chances are going to be really, really small for just about everyone. The day is looking good, especially when you get back into central Kentucky. If you've got a Derby party planned, I know some of my friends do, it's going to be a good day. You are looking at a lot of dry hours today. The question is, are all of them going to be dry? And at this point, I think so. And then finally, we are looking at a little bit above average Derby. I mean, all Derbies are great, but this one, in terms of temperature, just a little bit above where we should be. Louisville right now is at 71 degrees with a southeast wind at 11. Not really any gust to report at this point, so all good with that. You're looking at temperatures around the rest of the area that are in the 70s. We've got fun facts to know and tell. Those fun facts talk about just how wet it can be, which will not be today, but just a few years ago when Justify won over 3 inches of rain on Derby Day. Here's your forecast, and you are looking at temperatures that will warm into the upper 70s. That is pretty terrific. There is a minimal rain chance late in the day. I like minimal rain chances, which is also a great horse name when you get right down to it. Maybe not the one to bet on, though. We'll talk about that a little later. Send it back to you guys, Larry, Nancy.
All right, Bill. Yeah, it has turned out to be so far so good, as you said, just an outstanding day, and hopefully the forecast looks like it's going to hold up, as you just said. You know, the Kentucky Derby is always a hot spot for celebrities, from musicians and athletes to people you see on the big screen. They come to experience the most exciting 2 minutes in sports in person.
And LEX 18's Evelyn Schultz got to rub elbows with some of them last night at the Barnstable Brown Derby Eve Gala.
The red carpet is getting busy here at Churchill Downs as we wait for stars to show up this afternoon. Take a look. These are all of the media outlets that are lining up, waiting to speak to the stars who will walk down this red carpet. They are here from all over the world, and it is a star-studded guest list here. I saw a few Kardashians. Who knows if they will come through and speak to us. Last year, Jack Harlow did come down the red carpet, and he did talk to us. However, Drake was in the building last year, and the rapper did not come and speak to news outlets here at Churchill Downs. So we are going to wait right here, and we are going to see who we can talk to this afternoon. We'll keep you updated. For now, back to you.
From the stars on the red carpet to the stars back there on the track.
Yeah, it's funny. We're always talking about all the stuff that Evelyn got to do, and she was talking earlier again about that experience last night. Now, this next horse was a star at the Toyota Bluegrass Stakes last month at Keeneland. Let's to learn more now. Let's send it to the backside.
All right, that's where Keith and Maggie are to talk about Tappet Trice.
Yeah, I know, Nancy, you're wanting maybe more so even than Keeneland to see a Bluegrass Stakes winner come through
my heart set on
and win at the Derby, right?
Yeah.
So I know you're big on Tappet Trice. They've had 10 Derby winners produced from the Bluegrass Stakes. We haven't seen one since 2007 with Street Sense. He finished second in the Bluegrass Stakes. The last winner of the Bluegrass Stakes to come here to Churchill Downs and win, you got to go back all the way before you were born, I think.
Oh, no.
1991.
Oh, yes.
Strike the Gold was the last one to win the Bluegrass and then come here and win.
Well, there you go. Well, Tappet Trice certainly looked the part in this year's Bluegrass Stakes, and I think it was really the way he delivered that win that has people so excited about this horse. But that's not the only reason. Here's more on why the numbers and the odds may be in Tappet Trice's favor. Are the stars aligning for Tappet Trice? The numbers seem to say so. Over the past 12 years, 9 Kentucky Derby winners have entered the race off of victory. Tappet Trice now riding a 4-race win streak into the most exciting 2 minutes in sports, including 2 finishes that helped cement the Gray Colt's reputation as a closer.
Freedom Road is down toward the inside. Tappet Trice is back second last.
In the Tampa Bay Derby on March 11th, he waited until the final stretch to separate himself from the rest.
Here comes that big gray Tappet Trice right down the outside. Tappet Trice trying to mow down Classic Car Wash. Here comes Tappet Trice, and Tappet Trice going to go on to win the Tampa Bay Derby.
But it was his victory in the Grade 1 Bluegrass Stakes in Lexington.
Verifying Tappet Trice going at it for the lead.
And that has trainer Todd Pletcher sounding confident.
Tappet Trice is right alongside.
I think he's improving all the time. We've always felt like more distance is going to be, he's going to be well suited for that. So
Tappet Trice wins the Toyota Bluegrass.
We're happy to get him out to a 1 1/8 miles today, and I think a 1 1/4 miles is going to be even better for him.
Number 5. Tappet Trice, Luis Saez.
Lucky number 5, the post position that's produced 10 Kentucky Derby winners. The most of any gate in the history of the race. And how about the price tag? Bred by Lexington's own Gainesway Farm and purchased at Keeneland's September sale for $1.3 million. He's the most expensive horse in this race. The highly regarded son of Tappet that has already bankrolled almost $900,000.
All right, and with the defection of Forte, who was the favorite, it's Tappet Trice now at 9-2 odds. Todd Pletcher looking for his 3rd Kentucky Derby win. Has a couple of chances in this one.
Couple of chances, you're right. Tappet Trice has one, Kingsbarns as the other. 2 horses that have moved up higher on the leaderboard without Forte taking that favorite spot. So who knows, it could be a Pletcher Derby today.
All right, that'll do it from here on the backside. Let's go back to Nancy and Larry.
I hope it's a Pletcher Derby today. And I want to clarify, Keith, I like Tappet Trice before the Bluegrass Stakes. I just added.
Yeah.
Well, don't go anywhere. There's still more to do with LEX 18 at the Derby.
That's right. When we come back, now you know his voice from the track. We're talking about announcer Larry Colmus.
His story of how he got the job when we return.
Don't buy a pre-owned Honda unless Honda certified it. Drive with confidence knowing your engine, transmission, brakes, and more. Honda certified it. Plus, get a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty covering your Honda certified pre-owned vehicle. Only at your local Honda dealer.
Looking for a little shimmy or the full group, these new scratch-offs from the Kentucky Lottery will get you moving. Defeated. You win. I won.
Want the speed to finally defeat your mortal enemy?
Oh, there he is! I won!
Only Spectrum gives you Speed Boost for the fastest wireless speeds in the palm of your hand. Get game-changing speed with Speed Boost, only with Spectrum One.
This is the 2023 Nissan Rogue. With a surprisingly fuel-efficient VC turbo engine. You can go from zero to fun in no time and leave basic far behind. The 2023 Nissan Rogue. Anything but basic.
Now get the 2023 Nissan Rogue with best-in-class fuel economy among gas engines.
Experiences, new tours. Visit Mercer County KY in the App Store.
When it has a 182-point inspection by factory-trained technicians, Honda certified it. When it has a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty, Honda certified it. Only when you buy a certified pre-owned Honda at your local Honda dealer, Honda certified it.
Well, thanks for joining us here at Churchill Downs for LEX 18 at the Derby. If you're planning on watching the Kentucky Derby from home this year, you will hear a familiar voice.
Yes, this will be the 13th year calling the race for Larry Colmus on NBC, and there probably isn't a whole lot he hasn't seen before. Austin Pollock is here with us now, and Austin, we know his voice, but probably a lot of people don't know a lot about him.
That's very true. You know, of course, he's seen so many incredible tracks around the world. He has seen so many great races. And of course, he had to mention last year with Red Stripe, which he called unbelievable. But, you know, his story, just like so many people in the broadcasting business, it starts young.
This is a lot of fun, and I wouldn't trade places with anyone. The first one that I ever called was 2011. Animal Kingdom came roaring down the middle of the track, and I was able to say that in the call.
These two Animal Kingdom roaring down the center of the track.
The nerves were out of control leading up to the race, but once the Derby was over, it was like, wow, this was such an experience, and I wouldn't trade it with anyone.
An experience Larry Colmus has lived over and over for a dozen years.
But California Chrome shines bright in the Kentucky Derby.
Rain or shine, there's one illustrious voice that captivates the chilling moments.
American Pharoah and Victor Espinoza have won the Kentucky Derby.
Last year was unbelievable.
Down the outside is next. They're coming down to the wire. Apple Center's ended. Rich Strike is coming up on the inside. Oh my goodness! The longest shot has won the Kentucky Derby. Rich Strike has done it.
I was in a state of shock, and I remember I went like this when they came down to the wire, and I just to this day I can't believe it. My father installed the sound system at the Maryland State Fair. Basically, I would sit by the announcer's booth there and learn everything about the game, and my job was to turn the sound up and down if it was too low or too high.
As the voice of the Triple Crown, Colmus has never lost track of his roots. Here, the Maryland State Fair in Timonium.
It was just a love at first sight.
That love at first sight, synonymous with the sounds. On the first Saturday in May.
And when you hear My Old Kentucky Home, you're like, oh boy, here we go. It's, moments away. So I would take off my headset, throw it down, and just study the horses and ignore My Old Kentucky Home. And then after a few years, like, okay, I can do it now and I can enjoy it.
Colmus has seen the most iconic tracks around the world, but there's just something about Kentucky.
The characters at the track, I just felt like I fit right in.
Now, the voice that just fits.
I'll have another has won the Kentucky Derby.
You get through it somehow, but at the same time, it is nerve-wracking.
With the call, the voice of the Triple Crown. Here's Larry Colmus.
All right, Mike, and Tiz the Bomb has moved into the starting gate.
When the outrider starts bringing the horses to the starting gate, the palms get sweaty. Your heartbeat is going a mile a minute. You're like, okay, you've done this before. You'll be okay.
He's done it before.
He's just awesome. Justify has won the Kentucky Derby.
And this year, he'll do it again. And this year, of course, he'll be right back at it here from iconic Churchill Downs, and you'll hear his voice in, well, just about 6 hours. Lancy and Larry send it back to you.
Thank you, Austin. It's lunchtime, which means people here at the Downs are filling their stomachs with some delectable foods.
Yeah, some stuff you just, can't find anywhere at a sporting event, right? See some mouth-watering staples from world-class chefs that can make your stomach growl. All right, have I teased you enough? It's coming up next.
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can go out and do all the things that make summer, summer. Like getting ice cream, movie nights. I'll keep it down. Hiking with the besties, catching sunsets, or just plain catch. Go long.
Live legendary in the powerful and efficient new Toyota Sequoia. Or go with the biggest, most capable Tundra ever with the best resale value. Plus 2 years no-cost maintenance.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Why shop at furniture, mattress, or big box stores when there's P-Rats? Voted best in the bluegrass for 6 years straight and over 77 years experience. Everything you need to furnish your home under one roof at the guaranteed lowest price. Over $1 million of in-stock furniture, mattresses, and appliances from the top brands. Ready for immediate delivery. With financing options for everyone from no interest to no credit. Because nobody beats P-Rats. Nobody.
There is no pecan chicken salad sandwich quite like this one. Nope. This Arby's made-to-order masterpiece can't be topped. Except very literally by honey wheat bread. Arby's, we have the meat.
LiquorBarn.com.
Liquor Barn, where Kentuckians go to celebrate Derby.
There is one university that stands out in equine education. From its 200-acre campus in the heart of horse country, Midway University provides hands-on training to undergraduate students and offers programs in equine management, rehabilitation, and pre-veterinary science. For athletes, Midway provides scholarship opportunities on its Hunt Seat and Western Equestrian teams. Now, for the first time, Midway is offering an online equine business and sales degree and an advanced equine MBA degree for students anywhere. Find out more at midway.edu.
They remind us of the wonder of living. of quiet moments that put life into focus. The mountains are calling. Plan your next memory at gatlinburg.com.
Welcome back, everyone. We are live in Louisville getting you ready for the 149th Kentucky Derby. You know, there are about 145,000 fans waiting to see the best thoroughbred racing that thoroughbred racing has to offer.
Yeah, put that in perspective. That's like almost double a Super Bowl. I mean, that's how big this is every year. You know, but while they wait, they can indulge in some delectable drinks, tasty treats, flavorful food. Megan Mannering here enjoying her first Derby joins us now with all the delicious details. Megan, good afternoon. I know you got the deets.
I do have the deets. Hey, guys. I know that my reporter assignment for the day is supposed to be talking about Derby drinks and food, but one thing has become very apparent. These spectators are here for a good time and not a long time. We're seeing a lot more liquid bread than bread, if you know what I mean. But hey, that is what it is all about: pacing, having a little fun, and maybe at times letting loose. Why are you here today?
Hi, guys, it's a great time.
Coming home. Drinks. This is my first Derby, my first mint julep. Do you have to pace yourself for this event?
I would say yes, because they are very strong.
Day 2 of them, so they taste good.
Yes, very good.
And how important are the mint juleps?
Oh, they're wonderful. It's an icon of this, and the lilies are the icon of the Derby. This is what you want, and this is one of the things you come for, is to have drinks and have fun.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah, you don't have to be on Millionaire's Row to feel like a high roller today. You get a couple of those in your system, you'll be feeling like $1 million. All right, I'll send it back to you guys.
Yeah, but what about tomorrow morning? Huh? Well, there's excitement in the air here as another race wraps up.
That's right. Happened just moments ago. Horse racing expert Todd Schrupp up on the horseshoe balcony and has all the recap and the details from race 5. Todd.
As we were talking about in the preview of this race, it has not been a good week for Chad Brown horses, especially some heavy favorites for Chad Brown of not performing as expected. He had the numbers coming in the Longines at Churchill Downs Distaff, but he did not have the favorite. The favorite was Spinderella, and she was calling on one of the Chad Brown horses down the stretch.
But she can get it.
They're off to left. And it was a good beginning for Sharp Hero on the inside, who goes out to the front. Farther out, Spenderella's got some early foot, and going with her is Haughty. So Spenderella and Haughty breakneck early on. They're moving right along into that first turn. Evident Sharp Hero, Speak of the Devil in behind them. Break up another 2.5 back to Fluffy Socks, who was second last, and they've left Wakanaka behind. She's 10 lengths off the lead through a 23.62 opening quarter mile. Onto the backstretch they go, and it's Haughty up top. Spenderella taken back by Tyler Gaffleone. She'll be a length and a half off of Haughty up the backstretch as the pace settles down. Then Sharp Hero to the inside, followed by Speak of the Devil. Fluffy Socks 5 lengths behind and 5 ahead of Wakanaka through a half mile in 47.84 seconds. So the pace certainly has moderated here as they race for the far turn. Haughty and Jose Ortiz up top. Spenderella 3/4 of a length behind, edging up a bit closer in second. And then it's Sharp Hero in third. Speak of the Devil is next. Fluffy Socks 5th, and she's got 5 lengths to make up as Spenderella draws up alongside of Haughty, coming to the top of the stretch. Turning for home, Spenderella, and here comes Speak of the Devil. Last year's winner after her. They're 1-2, and Fluffy Socks dives through an opening on the inside, and she's got run. Fluffy Socks takes the lead. Spenderella goes with her on the outside, and Speak of the Devil. Fluffy Socks, Spenderella, stride for stride. Fluffy Socks has the lead, coming down to the wire. Fluffy Socks and Gerard Ortiz to beat Spenderella.
So Chad Brown gets a win. Overwhelming the field with numbers works, and he has Fluffy Socks, who had not won since October of 2021. A lot of seconds and thirds before today, but Fluffy Socks comes through, pays nearly $12, owned by Head of Plains Partners, trained by Chad Brown, bred by the owners, and ridden to victory by Irad Ortiz Jr. Race number 6 will bring us back to the main track. We're going to go a mile in the Knicks Go Overnight Handicap, and in here, the 2 Masquerade is a horse that loves Churchill Downs and deserves a look in here at a pretty good price. And you do have a scratch of the 4. Perfect Flight is out. These are the odds for the Distaff Turf Mile, the previous race. So ignore the odds and the names on your screen. This will be 1 mile on the main track. And again, those are the odds for the previous race. But the Knicks Go Overnight Handicap will be race number 6 on the card. We'll try and get you the correct field and odds in just a little bit. Let's go back to Larry and Nancy.
All right, Todd, thanks so much. Well, hats, fascinators, bow ties. Yeah, the one time a year that I actually wear a bow tie. Only one time a year. Fantastic fashion is in full display here in Derby City.
That's right. Coming up, see some of the best dressed thoroughbred racing fans in the world.
Sing the song for tomorrow.
Single barrel beauty.
Oh. Find what you love what you find. Only at Total Wine & More.
Believe in hope, in willpower, in work, in seeking, in screening, in knowing, in treating, in dedication, determination, and we're getting through this. Whatever it takes. In bravery, in breakthroughs, in beating the odds. Believe in a cancer-free future for all of Kentucky. Believe in Markey.
Reese's Furniture has been serving Central Kentucky for more than 60 years. With over 50,000 square feet of designer home furnishings, lighting, wall art, floor coverings, and more. All in stock and ready for delivery. Reese's carries brands such as E.J. Victor, Theodore Alexander, C.R. Lane, Bernhardt, Jonathan Charles, and many more exclusive brands. Reese's Furniture is your destination for the best selection of in-stock designer furniture and accessories. Reese's Furniture, open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. East Bernstadt, Kentucky. Could your home use a little more wow factor? Smart lights, smart thermostat, smart entertainment, smart everything. When you're Central Kentucky's leading technology integrator, you get just that. A smart home. Bluegrass Home Entertainment can integrate many of your home's technologies to be controlled by just your phone. And they'll match any box store price while also giving you expert advice. So before you make your next electronics purchase, come visit their lifestyle showroom here at Bluegrass Home Entertainment. So, are you ready to be wowed?
So many interviews with really special people, and I don't mean just the celebrities, but those of us who are everyday people who are doing great things in our community or overcoming great odds. And I've had a chance for 35 years to be a part of that and tell those stories. That's special, and that's what I remember probably most of everything.
Watch BBN tonight, 5 nights a week at 7:30, only on LEX 18.
It was bold talk coming from a young Louisville boxer who left no room for argument.
I shook up the world! I shook up the world! I must be the greatest!
Here in the Bluegrass, greatness is always a favorite topic of debate. The best bottle of bourbon ever made, or UK's greatest basketball team. But when the subject turns to horses and the greatest 2 minutes in sports, there is little room for discussion.
That's the way it's going to be, Secretariat.
50 years ago, the horse they called Big Red began his own bold statement.
He wins it by 2 lengths.
Running for the Roses, then the Preakness, and finally the Belmont in record fashion. Now a half-century and 3 Triple Crown winners later, you're still waiting for a new contender to shake up the world and make history.
They're off in the Kentucky Derby.
It's Derby Day in Derby City, where legends are born and greatness lives on.
It is simply an amazing first Saturday in May here at Churchill Downs, where thousands of people are gathering to celebrate the 149th run for the Roses. Glad you're here with us. I'm Larry Smith.
And I'm Nancy Cox. Post time for the Derby is 6:57 tonight, so we hope you'll stay with us, and then NBC starting at 2:30 to get you to post time and bring you all the excitement and start that hope for another Triple Crown.
That's right. The first jewel will be won right here in that crown. Now, keep your Derby party with us to see the latest odds, learn about the contenders, and so much more.
That's right. The Kentucky Derby is known for rain. Out of the past 148 or so, the National Weather Service says there's been rain at some point in 70 of them.
Wow, that's really almost half. Well, Chief Meteorologist Bill Mecca, as we know, has been tracking this now for the past, a few weeks, to be honest, and getting closer now. He has the very latest on our Derby Day forecast. Bill, you're looking sharp out there.
Thank you very much. I think 47% was the number you were looking for on that chance for rain. So rain on Derby days. It has been a remarkable morning here with just that thin overcast that's been around. And all in all, it's been a pretty good beginning to your Derby day. And for most of us, if not all, it may stay that way as well. Let's get into all the details. First thing, we'll show you on the MaxTrack Live Doppler. And that is showing a clear scenario for us. Nice to look at there as we get you through the 1 o'clock hour here now. We go ahead and show you what's going to be happening in the future with the future track. And that shows the overcast holding sway, but it's a thin overcast. Call it kind of a veiled sunshine that we're going to see off and on through this afternoon. Could there be a little light sprinkle or shower late afternoon? Perhaps, but it's not a big chance. Just about all, if not all of us, will end up staying dry. So good news with that. Your temperatures, they have been moderating. It is actually beginning to feel a little humid out here. You see the mid-70s, 74 right now, Lexington, Louisville, we sit at 73. Still some upper 60s there along the Tennessee line. Your fun facts to know and tell. How about the longest dry stretch for the Kentucky Derby? We got to go all the way back to the beginnings, where we had a dozen straight years from 1875 to 1886 without rain. We will likely get through today without it. So here you go. Your specifics of the forecast. We got the mid-70s now. We're on our way to the upper 70s late this afternoon. Rain chance, we brought it down. We put it to 10%, which is just that minimal chance for a sprinkle. Bottom line, for just about all of us, this is going to be a fantastic Derby day. And by the way, you mentioned earlier, Larry, you look fantastic as well. Nancy, hey, you're okay.
You know, I do the best with what I have to work with. It's pretty simple there.
You look fantastic. Bill, thanks so much. Well, as we've mentioned, this is the 50th anniversary of Secretariat's Triple Crown win. And Nancy, you had the opportunity, I know, to visit a farm in Pennsylvania with a special connection to Secretariat.
Yes, that's right. The owner of Bright Futures Farm in Pennsylvania takes in older horses and allows them to live out their last years in dignity and in comfort. And one of her horses is named Trusted Company, and she's the only living daughter of Secretariat. Early spring in Pennsylvania. Farmers are still waiting for warm weather, watching for pastures to green up, and protecting some of the more vulnerable horses who still need a blanket to beat the chill, especially those whose pedigree commands a little more respect. At Bright Futures Farm, one chestnut mare tops the list.
She knows the camera's there. Yeah, she definitely knows that. She's like her dad.
Bev D has been taking in retired horses for 23 years. In 2018, she opened her doors and her heart to a thoroughbred that's truly one of a kind, the only living daughter of Secretariat.
Secretariat on the outside to take the lead.
It keeps his legacy alive.
At the wire, it's going to be Secretariat.
When Trusted Company's New Jersey owner fell into some difficulties, Bev didn't hesitate to give the 34-year-old a comfortable place to live out her story.
When she came, it was hard for her to connect because it was a new environment and new animals, new smells, all of that. She was a little thin, but not real bad.
The neighbor in the next stall, Catch This Tea, improved her spirits and became her protector, or as Bev says, her boyfriend.
They bonded pretty quickly, but it took her about a year to really let her personality show to people. And now she's just a big sweetheart.
Except for arthritis that sometimes causes a limp, Bev says Trusted Company is happy. She certainly is friendly and healthy for the most part. Daily meds, Bev says, help with the aches and pains of old age.
She's real personable. You know, she loves people, probably because she knows they feed her treats. But I think she loves us anyway.
The biggest question when people learn about Trusted Company is how did an offspring of arguably the best thoroughbred ever end up here, living off the generosity of others? Though her sire still holds the record for all 3 Triple Crown races, Trusted Company did not fare well on the racetrack.
She ran once and did not place.
Or in the breeding shed. So her dollar value shrank to nothing. But her worth can't be measured by those who want to see older horses live with dignity.
Oh, I have no idea the wisdom and the personality in these guys.
Tell me why you do this.
Because if I don't take them, they're going to go to auction and slaughter, or they're going to starve in somebody's backyard sometimes. I only take the older ones now because nobody wants them.
Bev was elated to take care of horse racing royalty, but she had no idea how the rest of the world would react.
When people come, she's the first one they go to, and she gets more attention than everybody else. when she's got visitors, oh, they hugged her, they cried. Hugged her some more, fed her a lot of treats, but she just had an impact I never thought she'd have.
Maybe because horse lovers know she's one of the last to come from a legend, the likes of which we may never see again.
See, I even get teary-eyed.
Tell me why you're getting emotional.
He's just awesome. You know, I mean, 50 years ago, he made those records, and 50 years now, they're still standing.
Though Trusted Company has no trophies or Triple Crown champions in her progeny, she is still, without question, special. To Bev, to horse racing, to all of us who, 50 years later,
He is moving like a tremendous machine.
Still marvel at the majesty and grace of Secretariat.
Bev is wonderful. You know, she has several things going on to help support the farm, including like selling racing memorabilia. But she also accepts the kindness. She gets some grants, but some donations for others. And you can help out if you feel so moved.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that website, easy to remember, brightfuturesfarm.org, or just search Bright Futures Farm. And by the way, your passion on these stories, I mean, it is so special. This native Kentuckian, Miss Kentucky, the queen of LEX 18, beauty, grace, and the passion. It's an honor to work with you every year and see the hard work and the passion you put into it.
You're going to make me cry. Stop.
Well, that's what I'm working on. So anyway, we got a commercial break coming up. Hey, you know, the Kentucky Derby is called the most exciting 2 minutes in sports for a reason.
And straight ahead, see just how excited horse racing fans are for the big race.
This is the 2023 Nissan Rogue. With a surprisingly fuel-efficient VC turbo engine. You can go from zero to fun in no time and leave basic far behind. The 2023 Nissan Rogue. Anything but basic.
Now get the 2023 Nissan Rogue with best-in-class fuel economy among gas engines.
Every time when you play Kentucky 5, the new daily draw game available only in Kentucky. With a rolling jackpot, you win if your 5 numbers match the 5 numbers drawn. Gimme 5, Kentucky.
funding more than $4.4 billion in grants and scholarships.
Zero sugar. All do. No, seriously. This is zero sugar. Hey, I'm not even hypnotizing you. Come on. Hey, it's real. Zero sugar do.
Where Kentuckians go to celebrate Derby.
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can do all your favorite beach activities, like spikeball, whitewater rafting, shrimp boils, wade fishing, or hanging with the locals. You can say that again.
Save on the exciting new Toyota Camry or the electrified Camry Hybrid and get APR financing as low as 3.99%, plus 2 years no-cost maintenance.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places.
LEX 18 would like to thank Dillard's and Fayette Mall for helping our Derby team look their best at Churchill Downs. Shop Fayette Mall and Dillard's for all your spring attire needs. And thanks for watching LEX 18.
Who says a summer job has to be boring? It's time to find something better. Sayre Christian Village is hiring servers, bussers, and cooks, starting at $15 an hour. Have a fun and rewarding summer serving others, literally, at Sayre Christian Village.
Thanks for joining us here with LEX 18 at the Derby. You know, everyone has their own tricks and tips for picking a winner.
Yeah, for some, they just pick a unique name. Others are more analytical. Now, it is Bain Froney's first time at the Kentucky Derby. She's been excited now for the past month to be here. And she joins us with some betting advice from fans. Hey, Bain.
Hey, you guys. It's definitely been a lot for my first Derby. Everyone is so excited. People are wearing the most amazing outfits, their hats, their fascinators. My fascinator doesn't even fit all the way on camera. You can't even see the whole thing. It's so big. But like you said, I talked to a lot of fans who's also their first time, but also a few who have been here a couple of times. Take a listen.
Comfortable and just wear reasonable shoes, which I always do. I always bring a pair of flip-flops, but just have fun and enjoy. I mean, you're with the best company ever, and I mean, the people here are amazing, and watching the horses race is just so entertaining and fun, so have fun. People are my favorite part. I just love the atmosphere here, and just everyone's so friendly and fun. And
so last year I didn't even know what a mud horse was, but this year I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you know a little bit now. And what are you most looking forward to? The hats.
I've been 20 or so plus times, yeah.
Wow, what about you?
This is my first time.
I feel like it's all about the experience. So, like, knowing that you're going to be, like, dedicated to finding the perfect outfit for the day, and just, like, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. So, you know, you're here at the track all day, but that's just half of it.
So what are you most looking forward to since you've been here a couple of times?
Just showing her around and just, like, you know, seeing that smile and, you know, maybe a couple wins here and there that'll help out a little bit. It'll help wash these down a little bit better.
Now, a few of these Derby veterans did tell me, they said you got to get the food and you got to get some drinks. So that's going to be my next stop. Those are the things that I have to do. Last things on my list there. I'll send it back to you guys.
Pretty in yellow. Bain, thank you so much. I hope you enjoy your first Derby, but not too much.
Yeah, she looks fantastic. By the way, how about the guy there in that spray-painted jacket, the things that he did? Okay, how do you pick yours? Do you have a secret to pick your horses?
You know, no, I just kind of depend on a feeling. Okay. The first thing I think is the name.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, I find something about the horse or the connections to like.
Okay, yeah.
And then I toss a coin.
Okay.
Well, it's time to learn about another horse vying for the coveted Garland of Roses.
That's right. We can always listen to our experts here and our other colleagues. And this next horse, Angel of Empire, is a Pennsylvania-bred thoroughbred. And to learn more, we now want to send it over to Kenzie Lee.
Yeah, guys, the first word that comes to mind with Angel of Empire is progression. Every race, he gets stronger and faster, and Louisville native trainer Brad Cox is hoping that this horse's first appearance here at Churchill Downs will give him his second Kentucky Derby win.
It's Angel of Empire, who strikes the front past the 16th, who's staying on over Lidoro with Accidental Hero on the outside. It's Angel of Empire. Angel of Empire finishes on top from Accidental Hero.
And Angel of Empire, back to the dirt and back to the route, is going to go back to his winning ways. Angel of Empire wrapped up in the end by almost a half a dozen.
Angel of Empire in the Risen Star Stakes. Angel of Empire has won it from Sun Thunder.
Angel of Empire and Flavian Pratt. Angel of Empire wins the Arkansas Derby and wins it clear.
Those are 4 out of the 6 career starts for Angel of Empire where he's finished on top. His most recent race was his coming out party.
Angel of Empire wins the Arkansas Derby and wins it clear.
Surging from 6th to win the Arkansas Derby, Angel of Empire reached his first triple-digit Brisnet speed rating. Now a top contender in this year's Run for the Roses, coming in ranked number 3 in the standings with 154 points. The only Louisville native trainer to win the Kentucky Derby, and with today being his 3rd appearance in the big race, Brad Cox looks to win his 2nd Kentucky Derby. Just one of 4 runners trained by Cox, Angel of Empire's last 2 first-place finishes has got him feeling pretty confident when it comes to distance with his Pennsylvania-bred colt.
I mean, listen, he's always been pretty good. He won first time out. It's not like a horse that took 4 or 5 starts. Physical and personality and pedigree, he's just a horse that's supposed to get better with distance and age, and he has. He really has. I mean, he's 2 for 2 at a mile and an eighth. There's not too many horses, I would say, that are 2 for 2 at a mile and an eighth coming into the Kentucky Derby.
And some more info here. The jockey for him is Flavian Pratt, of course, trainer Brad Cox. He is breaking from post 14. The last winner from that post was in 1961 with Carey back. His current odds are 9-2. I really like this horse's chances. If I could bet on anyone, it would be Angel of Empire. And you have to think with Brad Cox, he might have a win on paper, but as we know in 2021, he was given that win because of the disqualification with Medina Spirit after taking a steroid. So he really doesn't know that feeling of what it's like to get a win here at Churchill Downs, which is really what it's all about. But let's find out about some other odds with our other horses. We'll send it over to Keith and Maggie. Guys, I haven't got to see you guys all day. How you doing over there?
Great,
Hi, Kenzie.
But how about you? I mean, it's your first Derby. What do you think so far? I know a long way to go still.
Oh my goodness, all day. Like I said before, I just can't stop smiling. All the photos, all the people. I'm telling you, the Kentucky Derby is something people watching. I love to people watch. All of the dresses and the hats. I mean, guys, this is so awesome. So I'm having a great time.
Can't wait to show her around the track a little bit more after this.
Oh my gosh, yes, absolutely. And you look great, Kenzie. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
All right, time to look at some odds.
Yes, I guess we should talk about the race now.
For the Kentucky Derby, as we get ever so closer, although it is still a long way off, it feels like. But with Forte dropping out of the race, we do have a couple of favorites, actually. Tappet Trice at 9-2 odds, and Angel of Empire. There you go. You get a good look at those. I had one guy that I saw this morning before I got here, Horse Racing Nation's Ed DeRosa, said he was going to do an exacta box, which he doesn't do a lot of times. So take this for what you will, but he was going to do 5, Tappet Trice, 11 with Disarm, very good odds, and 22, Mandarin Hero. So kind of an odd exacta box, but he thinks he likes what he's seen out of those. He was really high on Mandarin Hero.
Yeah, and that's interesting to me, especially seeing as that we have seen so many horses be late entries into this year's field. To see one of those such horses included in a box like that makes things really interesting. Some other things to note here: Reincarnate with post number 7, at least on this board right now. We know they're shifting around a little bit because of the scratches, down to 13-1. Morning line odds were 50-1, so somebody sure likes Reincarnate. Derma Sotogake is also down now just a little bit to 7-1, and somebody mentioned it on our air earlier with the coronation today. Maybe you're feeling a little royal. King's Barn still hanging tight with 10-1 odds. Definitely top of the leaderboard, and if you're really into the coronation, that could be a good pick.
And how about another one, King Russell?
Lots of King options. So if you're feeling royal, there you go.
That's your choices. All right, and as we always know, Nancy's wanting that Bluegrass winner, so she's looking at Tappet Trice, right, Nancy?
Maybe I use those King horses in a little trifecta. What do you think? Maybe.
That could work, yeah. You know, a major part of the Kentucky Derby each year, the experience that is the fashion.
The hats are huge, some of them a bit ridiculous, and the suits are very stylish too. Christiana Ford is also looking fashionable today, and she took a look at a few of the best fashions here at Churchill Downs.
want to find the wackiest fashion at the track, and I have a bingo card to help me out from previous years. I have an idea of what to look for, but I think some of them are going to be a little tricky. Come with me. Can we use you to mark off our bingo card?
Sure, yes.
All right. We can have you do it.
Okay, what am I doing?
Everything but the hat.
Okay. So I'm just marking my
Yeah,
name, or...
you can just put an X.
Okay.
We're looking for wacky fashion, and we have bold colors, DIY, everything but the hat. What do you think your hat falls under?
I don't know. Huge?
Okay, let's see. I think I have one.
See.
Large hat. Largest hat. Do you think you have the largest
pretty
hat?
tall. It's over 2 feet with all the feathers.
Over 2 feet?
That's when she pulled everything up. That's what she said.
I'm going to get bingo. So
Wild feathers.
Wild feathers? Oh, yeah, these are wild feathers. Do you want to mark it off for us?
Sure.
Ooh, that was fun.
Let's see if we get bingo. So we are just going to put you under bold colors because I really want to get a bingo. What do you think?
I think I got bold colors.
There you go.
Technically, it's a bird in a hat.
Oh, technically it is a bird in a hat.
It is. I mean,
here you go.
Whatever you think. Bird in a hat?
Bird in a hat.
Bird in a hat. I'm honored.
These ones I do it myself.
So DIY?
I do El Rey del Bigote makes this, and you see my.
Yeah.
But I have a message for you.
For me?
Yeah.
It's not going to go with my outfit.
I want to take a picture with you.
Oh my gosh. I cannot go and
All right.
This doesn't match the outfit.
What matches me? It's fine.
There it is. The horse hat. Oh my God. Bingo. I got bingo. You got a horse hat? Is that a horse hat?
Yeah, we've got,
Oh my gosh, I got bingo.
We've actually got a lady coming to wear it in a second, so it's...
Oh, I got my other one there.
Open show,
Oh, this is gorgeous. So you've finalized my wacky fashion bingo card. What do you have to say?
Congratulations.
She wouldn't get that excited if she won the Kentucky Derby.
Right, exactly.
She got bingo.
I have a friend here from D.C. here for the first time. He asked me a couple weeks ago what he should wear, and I said anything goes. Literally anything goes. So it is great to see just a taste of some of that there. So does all this Derby talk have you thirsty for more knowledge?
Well, you can quench your literal thirst by learning about this year's $1,000 mint julep. Yep, that's a hefty price tag. That's coming up next.
The Big Blue Nation's official station is LEX 18.
I've always believed success starts with building. They believe that at Central Bank, too.
Character, relationships, a plan.
You build those along with a commitment to give your very best to your team,
to your communities,
to the people who believe in you.
And you end up with something unforgettable. That's what makes this more than just a game.
And that's what makes Central Bank more than just a bank.
Believe in hope, in willpower, and work, in seeking, in screening, and knowing, in treating, in dedication, determination, and we're getting through this, whatever it takes, in bravery, in breakthroughs, in beating the odds. Believe in a cancer-free future for all of Kentucky. Believe in Markey.
Need a new HVAC system? Greenbox Heating and Air offers convenient financing options so you can choose how and when to pay. Plus, federal tax credits and rebates are available for qualifying systems.
Replace, repair, maintain with care at Greenbox Heating and Air.
Feel the burn. Let's make it hot in here.
When you feel the burn but can't see the results, it's time to cool down. The reality is, no matter how hard you hit the gym, some trouble areas just won't go away, which is why Cool Blue LEX is dropping the temperature, performing the most cool sculpting treatments in the state of Kentucky.
In an hour, I can safely eliminate stubborn fat without surgery using FDA-cleared technology to freeze fat, or make those abs ripped with our new muscle toning technology. Cool down and tone up with Cool Blue LEX.
premier shopping and dining destination at Fayette Mall.
I've been fortunate to be able to do what I love in the place that I love.
I wanted to be somewhere where I can be for a long time, work hard to be a part of the community.
When people ask where I'm from, it's Lexington, it's Kentucky. This is home.
Welcome back to historic Churchill Downs in Louisville, where we are live for LEX 18 at the Derby. You know, you can't have the Kentucky Derby without the mint julep. And each year there's a very special mint julep that's pricey, but it's for a good cause.
We're talking about the Woodford Reserve $1,000 mint julep.
Wow, a lot of cash. This year's $1,000 mint julep, though, is honoring the 50th anniversary of Secretariat's historic Kentucky Derby win.
And it's for a good cause. Angie Bevan is standing by with more about the foundation that will benefit this year.
Yeah, the Secretariat Foundation is run by two of Secretariat owner Penny Chenery's children. Now, the foundation helps causes that were near and dear to Chenery, and I got to talk to her daughter, Kate Tweedy, who now co-runs the foundation, about the significance of everything this weekend.
On the outside. Now and they're in the stretch. It's Secretariat. Secretariat on the outside.
Well, it's just so cool that he's still such an icon and he still brings people so much joy. And Mom worked so hard to keep his legacy alive.
And Secretariat owner Penny Chenery's daughter, Kate Tweedy, is continuing that work. She's president of the Secretariat Foundation.
A percentage of the sales from Secretariat memorabilia and merchandise goes to support the foundation. We support thoroughbred retirement, research into laminitis, which is what Secretariat died of, then also rehabilitation of jockeys.
Those causes are important to her. They were important to her mom. So when Tweedy found out the 2023 $1,000 mint julep charity program would benefit the Secretariat Foundation,
we were, of course, thrilled.
She got to thinking about how they could do even more.
I've been talking to people from PATH, which is the Project to Preserve African American Turf History, about ways we can support them. And so we've tossed about a few ideas. We haven't really settled on a project yet, but we'd love to be involved in that.
He is going to be the Triple Crown winner.
In the 50 years since Secretariat won the Derby and then went on to win the Triple Crown, Tweedy has enjoyed the ride and says the joy of fans, even after all those years, never gets old.
They walk up and their eyes are shining and they say, I remember when I saw Secretariat, or they say, I saw the movie, or I love your mother, or, that story has helped me through, adversity in my own life. And it's the joy of the fans that really feeds my energy. And it just really, it's fun to talk to them. And it's, that's the privilege of having a great athlete in our history, in our family.
This year's Charity Mint Julep, paying tribute to the legacy of one of the greatest athletes of all time. Well, if you didn't get your hands on one of those charity mint juleps, the silver cups that were used cost $1,000. There were 100 of those. There were also 50 gold cups. Those cost you even more. And each of the cups also was designed with a sapphire feature, and it was designed to look like Secretariat's very famous blue and white checkered silk. Larry and Nancy, back to you.
That's so cool.
Very cool.
Thank you, Angie.
Yeah.
Well, at this very moment, there is a party going on, some might say. It's a celebration to last throughout the years.
That's right. Creating some Southern classics for fans, including the iconic mint julep and all that. We can't taste test while on the job, but Megan Mannering, she can, and I think she might have even volunteered for the job. Let's see what she thinks of the iconic Derby drink.
Try to tell you that the Kentucky Derby is a sprint because the horses are racing so fast, but no, the Kentucky Derby is a marathon. It's all about pacing, making sure that, yes, you have a cocktail here and there, but definitely being fueled up so that you can last the whole day. And this year, the Kentucky Derby is serving up a little bit of everything, from your concession stand favorites like burgers and dogs to some of the nicer stuff like pork medallions and fruit kebabs. This is
our first time at Derby.
Okay, what are you expecting? Good food. And what are you guys eating?
We have the dessert kebabs. I miss
missing a strawberry and brownie, but it's there.
Frozen cheesecake with some chocolate drizzle, which, as you can see, has been pretty well consumed.
How many mint juleps will this group collectively drink today?
Oh, we're over 100. Easy.
The day is still young, and there is so much more taste testing to do for photojournalist Joe Mandelli and myself. So we got to run. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Megan. Well, there's a party going on right here, as I want to quote one of my favorite bands. Some could say it's a celebration to last throughout the year.
We'll take you back to the infield where that massive party is growing. That's coming up next.
This is the 2023 Nissan Rogue. With a surprisingly fuel-efficient VC turbo engine. You can go from zero to fun in no time and leave basic far behind. The 2023 Nissan Rogue. Anything but basic.
Now get the 2023 Nissan Rogue with best-in-class fuel economy among gas engines.
There is no pecan chicken salad sandwich quite like this one. Nope. This Arby's made-to-order masterpiece can't be topped. Except very literally by honey wheat bread. Arby's, we have the meat.
Sing the song for tomorrow.
An outstanding choice there. Mike's going to go wide, but he's heading into Bourbon Turn, and it's justified. Gaining ground to Craft Beers, but wait, he's stopping for a taste at the line. It's Mike Smith for the win.
Hello, Chad.
Good to see you again, Mr. Smith.
Liquor Barn, where Kentuckians go to celebrate life.
Shop today, buy today, delivered today at Perryville Furniture. Find the perfect fit for every room in your home with brands you trust. Furniture for your entire home at small town prices. Perryville Furniture, 3 generations strong.
Looking for a little shimmy or the full group. These new scratch-offs from the Kentucky Lottery will get you moving.
Welcome back. We hope you will keep your Derby party tuned right here with LEX 18 as we count down to the 149th Kentucky Derby. You know, for those who have never experienced the Kentucky Derby in person, some say the thing you have to do, the best seat in the Downs, is in the infield.
That's right. And those who have set up along the fence say that they found the most thrilling spot of all. Another first-timer on our team is Ricky Sayer. First time at the Derby, and he joins us live now with more on the thrill of being in the infield. Ricky.
Yeah, Larry, the infield is full of characters. They make up the fabric of what is the zaniest part of the Derby, but some people think that the infield is changing. Kentucky Derby Day! Many of these infield characters have been coming for years.
So this is a Fred Flintstone outfit. I know that's a shocker, right?
Changing up what they wear. First, do you mind if I just get under your hat and kind of shield you from the sun?
Umbrella? Yeah,
it's good. It's pretty good. He came up with the idea last night and put the names of horses on the hat.
And then I put one that got scratched, so I had to put a SCR by it, and now today Forte, and I'm going to have to find a pin and put a SCR by that.
While others are newer. Tell me about your mustache.
I put a lot of effort into this. I've been growing it since October. There's a lot of wax, a lot of product.
Is this a Derby mustache?
This is my Derby mustache. I am actually here for my bachelor trip.
We did find a debate. A vendor who's been here for years thinks the infield feels different this year.
We have gone from rowdy and in the infield to have a blast to a little more upscale.
She thinks it may have to do with the new First Turn Club. Others aren't so sure.
It's still early. It's still early?
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe it will get there, but hopefully it stays a little bit tamer.
Definitely something we'll be checking in on as the day progresses. Back to you.
Thank you, Ricky. You know, the infield definitely went wild a little bit ago during the 6th race of the day.
Yeah, always a bit of commotion right behind us here, right? Let's see what horse racing expert Todd Schrupp thinks of the outcome of this race. Todd.
It was a competitive race going in, Larry. Race number 6 was the Knicks Go Overnight Handicap. Baby Yoda was in here, a horse that is known as a pretty good sprinter. He travels all over the country. We did have a scratch of the 4 Perfect Flight, and returning to Churchill Downs was Zozos, who was running in the Derby last year. He was back as a 4-year-old and one of the favorites in this race as well. A 1-turn mile. It's the Knicks Go Overnight Handicap. Let's pick up the call.
They're off in the Knicks Go. A good beginning for Gulfstream Way. Mask Parade got taken up at the start of the race, got caught in tight quarters there as the field races down that chute. Zozos is up and on the pace as well. And Certainly Furious and to the outside, knee-deep in snow. So they head out of the chute and onto the backstretch here, and emerging up top is Zozos. On top by a length and a half. Gulfstream Way on the inside, knee-deep in snow right up alongside of them. Going up on the far outside, Capuna is close up to. Then Caddo River in between horses. Promise Keeper to the outside, and Certainly Furious. Baby Yoda next. Mask Parade, who had early trouble, is down on the inside of 3 Technique, and it's 6 lengths back to Noble Drama. Opening quarter mile is 22.66 seconds, and they pass the half in a snappy 45.15. Zozos on top as they move into the far turn. Knee-deep in snow, Capuna to the outside. 3 of them across the track. Baby Yoda getting going from 4th with 4 to make up. 3 Technique is going by horses on the far outside as well. Caddo River is dropping back. A ground-saving run for Mask Parade, who's trying to make up after that start. They're coming to the top of the stretch here, and Capuna draws up alongside of Zozos. Zozos on the rail. Capuna to the outside. 2.5 back to 3 Technique, and then it's Baby Yoda. Zozos still there on the outside. Capuna. These two 1-2 down to the final 16th. 3 Technique is 3rd. Zozos Capuna. Zozos Capuna. It is Zozos every step of the way.
Zozos is having a very good year. He didn't have the best Kentucky Derby, where he finished 10th out of field of 20 last year, but he is back and better as a 4-year-old. Congratulations to my fellow Minnesota connections, Barry and Joni Butzo, who also happen to be the breeders of Zozos. And you want to pay attention, trainer Brad Cox is having himself a day. So if you like his horses later on today in the Kentucky Derby, the barn is on a roll. Florent Giroux aboard Zozos to take the Knicks Go Overnight Handicap. Coming up next, aside from the Kentucky Derby, I think this is the other great betting race on the card. It's one of the best. 5.5 furlongs on the turf. It's the Grade 2 Twin Spires Turf Sprint Stakes. So many directions to go in this race. A full field will line up in here, with the exception of the 7 Nothing Better. The 13 Artemis City Limits is out as well. But Noble Reflection is in, coming from California. And look out for Notorious, who was racing in California his last couple of starts and has been sensational. Flavian Pratt also having himself a very good day. That's a great betting race. The other night, I went out to dinner in Louisville. I was sitting at Jeff Ruby's. Nobody was looking my direction. They were looking all at one booth. It was Justin Hartley, the celebrity from This Is Us, the dreamiest actor in the world. He's in town for the Derby. But what other celebrities are here for the Kentucky Derby? We'll tell you when we return to LEX 18's coverage on site at Derby Day, Churchill Downs.
Don't buy a pre-owned Honda unless Honda certified it. Drive with confidence knowing your engine, transmission, brakes, and more. Honda certified it. Plus, get a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty covering your Honda certified pre-owned vehicle. Only at your local Honda dealer.
Believe in hope, in willpower, in work, in seeking, in screening, in knowing, in treating, in dedication, determination, in working getting through this, whatever it takes. In bravery, in breakthroughs, in beating the odds. Believe in a cancer-free future for all of Kentucky. Believe in Markey.
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can do all your favorite beach activities, like spike ball, whitewater rafting, shrimp boils, wade fishing, or hanging with the locals. You can say that again.
Save on the adventurous Toyota RAV4 or the electrified RAV4 Hybrid and get APR financing as low as 3.99%, plus 2 years no-cost maintenance.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places.
Every time when you play Kentucky 5, the new daily draw game available only in Kentucky. With a rolling jackpot, you win if your 5 numbers match the 5 numbers drawn. Gimme 5, Kentucky.
Funding more than $4.4 billion in grants and scholarships.
Reese's Furniture has been serving Central Kentucky for more than 60 years. With over 50,000 square feet of designer home furnishings, lighting, wall art, floor coverings, and more. All in stock and ready for delivery. Reese's carries brands such as E.J. Victor, Theodore Alexander, C.R. Lane, Bernhardt, Jonathan Charles, and many more exclusive brands. Reese's Furniture is your destination for the best selection of in-stock designer furniture and accessories. Reese's Furniture, open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. East Bernstadt, Kentucky.
When it has a 182-point inspection by factory-trained technicians, Honda certified it. When it has a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty, Honda certified it. Only when you buy a certified pre-owned Honda at your local Honda dealer, Honda certified it.
Good afternoon and welcome. We are nearing the home stretch of LEX 18 at the Derby. Hold your horses. We have a lot more to go, but we do want to thank you for joining us for the 149th Run for the Roses.
That's right. 6:57 is the time that you will want to remember. That is the post time for the most exciting 2 minutes in sports. And the anticipation and the crowd certainly building here in Louisville. The party, in fact, already in full swing here at the Downs, and the red carpet is heating up.
Yes, Evelyn Schultz has been over there stargazing, you might say. She joins us now.
If you show up to the red carpet at the Kentucky Derby, you have to dress to impress, and that's exactly what these stars did.
One of the things I love about the Derby, the history, the traditions, my old Kentucky home, getting dressed up, this is all part of it. Now, you got to lean into it if you're going to be here. I mean, me wearing florals, pastels, if you know me at all, this is not my thing. So this is me reaching out.
Can you tell us a little bit about your coordinated looks here?
Well, you have to ask her because she did all this.
When I purchased this, I've decided that, well, he had this jacket already. I just rather buy the shoes, but I wanted this to look alike, so...
You just heard from Smokey Robinson. He was one of the biggest names that we saw last night, as well as walk through so far today. There are still some celebrities that we might be expecting to see this afternoon. We'll have to wait and see if they show up here to the red carpet. I'm Evelyn Schultz. Back to you.
Thank you, Evelyn. While some love the Derby, some are finding new love.
That's right. Coming up, see the love story that began at Churchill Downs. That's when LEX 18 at the Derby continues on this first Saturday in May.
This is the 2023 Nissan Rogue. With a surprisingly fuel-efficient VC turbo engine. You can go from zero to fun in no time and leave basic far behind. The 2023 Nissan Rogue. Anything but basic.
Now get the 2023 Nissan Rogue with best-in-class fuel economy among gas engines.
Get ready for summer with an AC tune-up for only $69 at Greenbox Heating and Air. We'll ensure your system is running smoothly. Don't wait. This offer ends soon.
Place, repair, maintain with care at Greenbox Heating and Air.
Shop today, buy today, delivered today at Perryville Furniture. Find the perfect fit for every room in your home with brands you trust. Furniture for your entire home at small town prices. Perryville Furniture, 3 generations strong.
you're fine, so fine. Fine, so fine. Oh, girl, I'm gonna show you when you're mine, oh, mine. Mine, oh, mine. Treasure, that is what you are. You're my golden star. You can make my wish come true.
LEX 18 would like to thank Dillard's and Fayette Mall for helping our Derby team look their best at Churchill Downs. Shop Fayette Mall and Dillard's for all your spring attire needs. And thanks for watching LEX 18.
Discover Lexington's premier shopping and dining destination at Fayette Mall.
So many interviews with really special people. And I don't mean just the celebrities, but those of us who are everyday people who are doing great things in our community or overcoming great odds. And I've had a chance for 35 years to be a part of that and tell those stories. That's special, and that's what I remember probably most of everything. Welcome back. We love that you are joining us here at historic Churchill Downs for Kentucky Derby 149.
You know, coming to the Derby can be a tradition that's deeply rooted in families. And for one couple, though, that started in 2015. Austin Pollock has their story.
Yeah, it's really an amazing story. Aaron and Corinne Ray were acquaintances, you could say, before 2015. And, well, you know what? I can try and share their story, but I think they are the best ones to share that story. Here you go.
'15 is probably my most memorable Derby.
That year, I actually won big.
Every run for the Roses crowns a champion.
Aaron Ray, I'm from Louisville, Kentucky.
Corinne Ray, and I'm from Winchester, Kentucky originally.
Kentucky origins, where the first Saturday in May is sacred.
I had a friend, well, I guess an acquaintance that I hadn't seen in a couple of years, and he kind of messaged me and said he was going to show up at the Derby.
I had a friend who had said she was here.
I was his bartender one time. We became, I guess, Facebook friends and stuff, and then I never really saw him again. And then over the years, we would just randomly run into each other.
So you think you know how the rest goes?
I pulled a pint out of my purse of bourbon and gave it to him.
The first thing you do, hey, how you doing? Who's your horse? Who are you betting on this year? Was it 18th? I think it was number 18.
Horse 18, the only thing faster than Cupid's arrow.
American Pharaoh and Victor Espinoza have won the Kentucky Derby!
Oh my God, I won. Did you win? Yeah, I won. Did you win? Of course I did.
Aaron thought he won big.
I had a ticket that would have paid out about $50 or so for American Pharaoh to win, and I had lost it.
But his loss was their gain.
It was gone. But I won something a lot better that night.
No, I walked out a winner that year.
So did American Pharaoh. The Derby? Check. The Preakness? Well, what would happen with whatever was going on here?
We'll make it Facebook official.
And American Pharaoh and Victor Espinoza have won the Preakness over Taylor.
This horse wins the Triple Crown. What are we going to do?
The 37-year wait is over. American Pharaoh is finally the one. American Pharaoh has won the Triple Crown.
I love our story. I love the fact that we could say we got married on a horse bet.
All you need is love and a horse named American Pharaoh.
Derby magic, girl. I can't believe we're giving American Pharoah carrots right now.
I know, right?
Never in a million years did I ever think I'd be able to do this.
Going on 8 years of marriage, a house that's a shrine to the Derby. Now meeting the horse that made it all happen.
I can't believe that we're doing this today. Our whole story is based off the way he ran those 3 races.
Safe to say everyone has been crowned a champion. Well, how about that? When you come to the Derby, anything can happen. You could have an upset, and you could certainly find love. Anything is possible here at the Derby and at Churchill Downs. What an incredible story for those two. And I'm told they are here somewhere in the infield this afternoon. Nancy and Larry will send it back to you.
Right, Austin. Thanks so much. Well, the Kentucky Derby is celebrated all over the world. In Kentucky, there are 2 hot spots to watch the race.
That's right. Obviously, the big one is here at the Downs in Louisville. We'll take you to the other that's straight ahead.
Believe in hope, in willpower, in work, in seeking, in screening, in knowing, in treating, in dedication, determination, and we're getting through this, whatever it takes, in bravery, in breakthroughs, in beating the odds. Believe in a cancer-free future for all of Kentucky. Believe in Markey.
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can go out and do all the things that make summer, summer. Like getting ice cream, movie nights. I'll keep it down. Hiking with the besties, catching sunsets, or just plain catch. Go long.
Save on the aggressively sophisticated Toyota Highlander or the electrified Highlander Hybrid and get APR financing as low as 3.99%, plus 2 years no-cost maintenance.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places.
Everybody knows nobody beats P-Rats on price. But the real difference between P-Rats and the big box stores isn't what comes out of the box. It's what goes into what comes out of the box. P-Rats has the best trained service and sales staff in the business with over 100 years of combined experience. From sales to installation and service, whatever you buy from P-Rats, you'll get more than what's in the box. You'll get an expert local team who stands behind it.
Nobody beats P-Rats.
So what's for dinner?
Happy Derby Day. Welcome back from all of us here at LEX 18. You know, while the Run for the Roses is happening here in Louisville, it's not the only city with massive Derby Day celebrations.
No, you're right. Thousands are watching all the races today at Keeneland. Among them is Rachel Richardson. She gives us a look at the fun there. Rachel.
Absolutely. Hey, Nancy. Hey, Larry. People are still making their way out to Keeneland here today. And as you can probably see behind me, people are still getting their drinks. They're still getting their food. And of course, they're still making those bets before the big race this afternoon. People have been enjoying the great food that Keeneland is known for and some specialty drinks, including mint juleps, Bloody Marys, and one couple is having blackberry lemonade. They tell me that coming here was a last-minute decision, but it was the perfect day to leave their farm in Garrett County and have a little day date.
He was doing some work, and I was working over there, and he's like, well, maybe we should go for some racing. I'm like, really? Let's do it.
What do you think about our bread pudding here?
Oh my God, this is to die for. Look at that. That's like spongy and yummy and all goodness all the way to the bottom.
And of course, out-of-towners were not disappointed by Keeneland's famous bread pudding. There's still a lot of excitement in the air for that big race this afternoon. Nancy, Larry, back to you.
All right, Rachel, looking great over there at Keeneland. Thanks so much. Hey, don't go anywhere. Still much more to come here on LEX 18 at the Derby, including another check of our Derby Day forecast.
Bill is tracking what's happening at the Downs. Coming up next.
Watch BBN tonight, 5 nights a week at 7:30, only on LEX 18.
This is the 2023 Nissan Rogue. With a surprisingly fuel-efficient VC turbo engine. You can go from zero to fun in no time and leave basic far behind. The 2023 Nissan Rogue. Anything but basic.
Now get the 2023 Nissan Rogue with best-in-class fuel economy among gas engines.
Zero sugar. All do. No, seriously. This is zero sugar. Hey, I'm not even hypnotizing you. Come on. Hey, it's real. Zero sugar do. Keep going. Keep working. Keep climbing. And always keep playing. With the exceptional orthopedic care at Baptist Health, with a skilled team of dedicated specialists, along with advanced services and procedures, it's no wonder most people choose us to help them keep moving and doing the things that move them. Find a Baptist Health provider today.
LEX 18 would like to thank Dillard's in Fayette Mall for helping our Derby team look their best at Churchill Downs. Shop Fayette Mall and Dillard's for all your spring attire needs. And thanks for watching LEX 18.
What does Kentucky need in an ag commissioner? Someone who's tough as Shell. Jonathan Shell. A farmer, fighter, and family man with the experience to lead. There's no quit in Jonathan Shell. He'll never back down from the woke liberals attacking our way of life.
To stop Biden and save Kentucky, Frankfort needs fighters who are tough as Shell. I'd be honored to have your vote.
Looking for a little shimmy or the full group. These new scratch-offs from the Kentucky Lottery will get you moving.
Live from Churchill Downs. For the 149th Run for the Roses, they're off. This is LEX 18 at the Derby.
The eyes of the racing world are on Churchill Downs in Louisville as we count down the hours until Kentucky Derby 149. Good afternoon once again. I'm Larry Smith.
And I'm Nancy Cox. This is our final half hour of coverage before we turn the reins over to NBC. But we still have a lot of racing action to bring you, as well as a look at the stars on the red carpet and then the complete opposite in the infield.
You may have heard the latest race just took off just now a moment ago. Now, not to mention also a look at one of the big favorites in tonight's race. So we begin, though, with a final check of the forecast here pre-race from Chief Meteorologist Bill Meck.
He joins us live from the Horseshoe balcony. And I should say, Bill, you look very nice today, as always, very dapper.
Well, thank you, Nancy, and I think I owe you an apology because about an hour and a half ago, I was jokingly said you kind of looked okay, and apparently I got put in TV timeout after that because it's been a while since I've gotten to be on here, so I've learned my lesson. I know what to do now. Nancy, you look fantastic today.
Thank you, Bill. That's much better.
It's not my first rodeo with Nancy here. We are looking at what has been a great day so far. And with that, it has been dry, and it looks like we're going to stay that way. And that's certainly good news. Let's go ahead and show you the Max Track Live Doppler here. And with it, nothing going on right now. We will continue to scan the sky, but right now, things are looking good. You notice we did expand it so that we are showing you southern Indiana as well. Bigger picture, though, there are showers and storms that have been developing up to our northwest. They are eventually destined for here. They're going to turn right there along the front, but it looks like it'll come in after the Derby, so that part is certainly good news as well. Let's go to the future track. How did things evolve for us? And with that, the clouds are going to hold pretty tough for us through the rest of this afternoon, but they're relatively thin. We get some bursts of sunshine. You get veiled sunshine through them. Rain-making clouds, you see there's one little itty-bitty pixel down there as you look down toward Bowling Green. So at this point, we're looking pretty good out of all this. Hey, we have got temperatures that have been good. Right now in Louisville, we're sitting at 73. It's actually feeling more humid out here. That dew point's creeping into the mid-50s. And a south wind at 11 for a change. It's not blowing across my part, doing weird things. It's kind of like a Cindy Crawford blowing right into the face here, moving the hair back in a nice wispy way. But you're seeing the temperatures running low in mid-70s here in the 2 o'clock hour. Fun facts to know and tell. We've got the wet version here for you, the longest wet stretch of derbies. Well, it wasn't that long ago, 2007 to 2013. When we were doing the Derby, it seemed like it rained every year. Well, it did for 7 in a row. But hopefully this year is not going to be one of them. As we look to the forecast, you are looking at temperatures that are middle upper 70s for the balance of today. Could flirt with 80 before the end of it. There is that minimal sprinkle chance late this afternoon, early this evening, with the main rain then coming in after the Derby tonight. And really, Nancy, as I said, just like the weather today, looking terrific. And Larry, you look okay today.
That's better. That's more like it, Bill.
We should say, Bill, you look marvelous. He would understand
You
that,
look marvelous.
Of course, I know Bill, too, and I know to take everything with a grain of salt. Thank you, my friend. Well, the crowds have been growing all day in the infield, a place a lot of people say you have to experience just once, at least.
You might not see much racing if you're in there, but you're sure to do a lot of people watching while you're in there. Let's see who Michael Burke has met today. So what do you think so far?
I love it. I love the atmosphere. Everyone in these crazy suits like us, walking around just having a good time.
Where do you find a suit like that in Pennsylvania?
This came from online.
I'm having a nice time. I really like it. I'll come back.
Has this always been a bucket list?
Always been a bucket list.
All 36. I've never sat over there. Many times I could have, but my friends were here, so I didn't want to sit over there and be, so 36 years here.
It's my buddy's friend over here. It's his bachelor party, so we all decided to come down, enjoy the weekend, and enjoy for our first time. So it's pretty exciting, and just enjoying the atmosphere, really.
You know what? It's great. It's better than I thought. Some people tried to scare me away, saying, you won't see anything, you won't see anything. This is great. I think this is the way to go.
Something to experience, no question, at least once, right? Yeah. Well, up next, we peel back the curtain and go behind the scenes of Kentucky Derby traditions.
Plus, you'll see a complete recap of Race 7 here at Churchill Downs. Stay with us.
Don't buy a pre-owned Honda unless Honda certified it. Drive with confidence, knowing your engine, transmission, brakes, and more. Honda certified it. Plus, get a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty covering your Honda certified pre-owned vehicle. Only at your local Honda dealer.
I've always believed success starts with building. They believe that at Central Bank, too.
Character, relationships, a plan.
You build those along with a commitment to give your very best to your team,
to your communities,
to the people who believe in you.
And you end up with something unforgettable. That's what makes this more than just a game.
And that's what makes Central Bank more than just a bank.
Believe in hope, in willpower, in work, in seeking, in screening, in knowing, in treating, in dedication, determination, and we're getting through this, whatever it takes, in bravery, in breakthroughs, in beating the odds. Believe in a cancer-free future for all of Kentucky. Believe in Markey.
Could your home use a little more wow factor? Smart lights, smart thermostat, smart everything. Bluegrass Home Entertainment can integrate many of your home's technologies to be controlled by just your phone, and they'll match any box store price. So, are you ready to be wowed?
Discover Lexington's premier shopping and dining destination at Fayette Mall.
Who says a summer job has to be boring? It's time to find something better. Sayre Christian Village is hiring servers, bussers, and cooks, starting at $15 an hour. Have a fun and rewarding summer serving others, literally, at Sayre Christian Village.
When it has a 182-point inspection by factory-trained technicians, Honda certified it. When it has a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty, Honda certified it. Only when you buy a certified pre-owned Honda at your local Honda dealer, Honda certified it.
We are back live for LEX 18 special coverage of the Kentucky Derby. You know, last year at this time, everyone was talking about the favorite, Epicenter, and we know what happened. The long shot won.
We were at the epicenter of seeing history, right? We get chills every time we see video of Rich Strike coming from behind at 80-1 odds just a day after he was added to the field. It was a true underdog story. So what have we learned? You never rule out the underdog. And if you need a reminder of that, let's send things off to Austin Pollock. Austin, Team Rich Strike is still glowing over what happened right behind you a year ago.
Yeah, they really are. It was, of course, just an unbelievable story, a true underdog story here at Churchill Downs last year. Rich Strike, really starting off in the back and then finishing just in those final seconds to win the 148th running of the Kentucky Derby and catching up with trainer Eric Reed. And he says it's been quite a year for he and his family.
Yeah, he was ready to go, It was a fluke. That was the one word that just, really was a thorn in my side.
But Rich Strike's got to get ready to roll.
When they said I got in, I was a winner. It didn't matter what happened after that.
But what have we learned about the Derby? You never know.
Everybody has a chance when they walk in that gate.
They're off in the Kentucky Derby.
Don't let the numbers fool you.
Rich Strike, O'Donegal to the inside. And
to be in it is a moral victory already.
Happy Jack. That opening half mile was, blazing fast.
To be honest with you, I thought he should have been 800-1.
I think we all had hope that he'd run well.
Sandon gets the rail run.
It's a true underdog story.
And they're into the stretch. And it's Messier, Crown Pride.
30 years from now, they're still going to be showing Richie winning the Derby.
I looked to this inside, and there was like a red and white blur.
They're coming down to the wire. Epicenter's ended. Rich Strike is coming up on the inside. Oh, my goodness. The longest shot has won the Kentucky Derby. Rich Strike has done it.
Man, he's good. It puts you in a different space in life.
It's a dream that not many people get to experience.
A dream worth missing, a Kentucky sunrise over a pasture.
4 a.m., I'd get in the truck. I'd be sleeping in the truck while he'd go to work, and I'd wake up, 8 or 9, and then meet him inside the barn.
We'd jog him all the way 1 mile.
Growing up in Kentucky, that's the pinnacle.
The pinnacle moment the Reed family plays over and over.
The more videos I watched that I'd kind of not watched, I started realizing just what had happened to me.
I just remember feeling extremely proud of my dad.
There are videos that get old. The chills? Never.
That's one of the most special moments of the Derby to me is watching her reaction.
I'm in shock. I literally told my friends, I hope he doesn't finish last. We're praying for 9th. Please, midfield. I lost him during the gone into this, and it's amazing to see someone so deserving.
She was the first person I saw in a video after the race.
It's a story of hope and triumph and to never give up.
That's the first time I cried, and it chokes me up now.
Tears of joy for his pride and joy.
Can't say it much better than that, so I think I'll just have to leave it at that. Can't rule out the underdog any year. Nancy, Larry, I'll send it back to you.
Awesome, great stuff. Yeah, a moment none of us will ever forget. There's no question. Well, time now for more racing action out here at Churchill Downs.
Horse racing expert Todd Schrupp joins us with a look at what happened in race 7.
So much happened in here, Larry and Nancy. You just did a story about the underdog coming through. It looked like one of the most wide open races on the card, and that's including the Kentucky Derby. It was the Twin Spires Turf Sprint, 5.5 furlongs over the firm turf. Watch this race. Here's Travis Stone or Larry Colmus with the call.
They're off in the Twin Spires Turf Sprint. Bad Beat Brian came out the best. Caro Tari's got speed. Go Bears go. No balls on the inside. Noble Reflection, Arrest Me Red, all up and on the pace. Oceanic is close up as well. Just Mike goes up in between horses up the backstretch. And then it's Motorious to the outside. Big Invasion. And last of them all is Evan Singh, speeding for the far turn. On the outside, Noble Reflection. No balls toward the rail. The two of them with no balls in front. A long shot, the leader by a neck on the far turn. Bad Beat Brian tracks the top two, runs in third. Steadying hard there, and traffic was Just Might. Arrest Me Red alongside. Caro Tari is next on the outside, and they're into the stretch. No balls trying to pull off a big upset here. Still on top, 3/16 to go. A 2-length lead. After that comes on the outside, Noble Reflection in second, and now he's 3 lengths behind this long shot, who's 38-1 and has got a 3-length lead coming down to the wire. Late move from Motorious is flying, coming to the finish, and it's a huge upset by Nobles over Motorious.
Well, the connections of this horse certainly have a sense of humor. This is a gelding, and his name is No Balls. He's a bay gelding by Noble Mission out of the Empire Maker mare Pearly Blue, bred by Dr. John Chandler in the Commonwealth of Kentucky, trained by Larry Ravelli, who will send out 2 fills later today in the Kentucky Derby. But it's No Balls with the biggest upset on the card thus far, returning $78 for every $2 bet to win. Next race will take us from the turf to the main track. It is the Pat Day Mile, Grade 2. It was in 1992 that Pat Day got his first and only win in the Kentucky Derby. It happened to be aboard a Pennsylvania bred by the name of Lil E.T., who became the first Pennsylvania bred to win the Kentucky Derby. The second would be Smarty Jones, and if Angel of Empire wins later today, would be the third Pennsylvania bred. And coincidentally, all of them had their most recent start in the Arkansas Derby. But coming up next, race number 8, outstanding 3-year-olds going a 1-turn mile on the main track. It's the Grade 2 Pat Day Mile. Back to Larry and Nancy.
Very nice. Thank you, Todd. Well, still ahead, we're rubbing elbows with the stars on the red carpet.
Yeah, see which celebs are in Louisville straight ahead. That's coming up.
The Big Blue Nation's official station is LEX 18.
Every time when you play Kentucky 5, the new daily draw game available only in Kentucky. With a rolling jackpot, you win if your 5 numbers match the 5 numbers drawn. Gimme 5, Kentucky.
Funding more than $4.4 billion in grants and scholarships.
Now's the time to get a great deal on taking care of your property. You need tractors rated #1 at durability and owner experience, so you can do it all and do it right. Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and Sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 72 months, plus save up to $800.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at GoKubota.com.
Need a new HVAC system? Greenbox Heating and Air offers convenient financing options so you can choose how and when to pay. Plus, federal tax credits and rebates are available for qualifying systems.
Replace, repair, maintain with care at Greenbox Heating and Air.
Summer's here, and with an exciting new Toyota, you can take a trip to the beach, the city, the mountains, the desert, the bayou. I think I'm sinking. Definitely sinking.
Take your adventures off-road in a legendary new 4Runner or save on the best-selling Tacoma. Now with 3.99 APR financing, plus 2 years no-cost maintenance.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places.
LEX 18 would like to thank Dillard's and Fayette Mall for helping our Derby team look their best at Churchill Downs. Shop Fayette Mall and Dillard's for all your spring attire needs. And thanks for watching LEX 18.
There is one university that stands out in equine education. From its 200-acre campus in the heart of horse country, Midway University provides hands-on training to undergraduate students and offers programs in equine management, rehabilitation, and pre-veterinary science. For athletes, Midway provides scholarship opportunities on its Hunt Seat and Western Equestrian teams. Now, for the first time, Midway is offering an online equine business and sales degree and an advanced equine MBA degree for students anywhere. Find out more at midway.edu.
Welcome back live in Louisville for special coverage of Derby 149. You know, it was a late night and an early morning for our Evelyn Schultz, who has been on Star Watch this weekend.
Yeah, first it was the Barnstable Brown party last night, and now the red carpet where the stars are coming in, and she's getting in on the fun.
Jack Harlow did show up to the red carpet with an entourage of people. They stood on the red carpet for about 5 minutes, took some photos. He said he would not talk to any of the reporters. That's okay. He didn't talk to us last night at Barnstable Brown either. We have gotten to chat with a few other stars who are arriving at the Kentucky Derby. Take a listen.
The fact that we can all continue to come together after so many years, regardless of what's going on, and celebrate tradition and what makes us Kentuckians. I just think it's so special. We love getting dressed up and coming out to the Derby every year.
First of all, this is an amazing event. I got attached to it very early on, and I'm useful here. I put on the party with, the girls every year, and we do well for children's diabetes and stuff like that, so that's great. But then I love the horses. My dad and I used to go to track when I was a kid, so, and that's, it was our thing.
The red carpet is close to wrapping up. A few more surprise guests could come through. We're not quite sure, but we'll keep you updated on LEX 18 News. I'm Evelyn Schultz. Back to you.
Thanks, Evelyn. Well, it's almost time to turn the reins over to NBC to begin their coverage, but we are still going to make those Derby picks.
Yeah, once more, let's check the Derby odds once again.
This is the 2023 Nissan Rogue. With a surprisingly fuel-efficient VC turbo engine. You can go from zero to fun in no time and leave basic far behind. The 2023 Nissan Rogue. Anything but basic.
Now get the 2023 Nissan Rogue with best-in-class fuel economy among gas engines.
Come on, get in. We're going to be late. Never took us for a canoe family. But when my car insurance rate kept going up, it really was the best option. Sure, we end up being late a little more often.
Reverse. Come on.
But the kids love it.
This gets over. Don't make me turn this.
Stop, because you're making this worse. Stop.
Now that we've found affordable insurance, we're back on solid ground.
With flexible payments on state minimum coverage, Safe Auto lets you stop compromising and keep driving.
I work in
the thoroughbred industry and sales. There's loud places, quiet conversations, people talking, and even horses. I've had my hearing aids since college, and they're so important to me to have this in this environment. That is why I go to Bluegrass Hearing Clinic. They help me fix my aids, they test for changes. I am forever grateful to have these hearing aids and Bluegrass Hearing Clinic that keeps me going.
Bluegrass Hearing Clinic, where better hearing begins.
Experiences, new tours. Visit Mercer County KY in the App Store.
There's a clear choice in the race for governor. My opponents, career politicians who'd rather follow than lead. Kentucky has big challenges to tackle, and it's going to take a leader to solve them. I've spent my career doing just that. A proven leader who negotiated trade deals that created Kentucky jobs. A conservative that stood up to the Chinese Communist Party and an outsider not owned by the establishment. Kentucky needs proven leadership, not more politicians.
Everybody loves a long shot. A Cinderella story, an underdog. From politics to sports, even the foundation of this great nation. Everybody loves the idea of overcoming the odds and rising to greatness. Betting on the long shot and striking it rich.
I know the odds are really long at 79 to 1, but what have we learned about the Derby? You never know.
They're off in the Kentucky Derby.
A challenger no one believed in, who wasn't even in the Derby when the names were drawn. A long shot with no chance, but the heart of a champion.
Rich Strike is coming up on the inside. Oh my goodness!
The determination to rise to the moment and the belief that on the first Saturday of May, anything is possible and anyone can make history.
The longest shot has won the Kentucky Derby in a stunning, unbelievable upset.
It's Derby Day, when long shots can become legends. Welcome back. I just want to say thanks to Daniel Dunstan, Dave Medley, and our very talented creative services department for some of those videos you have seen today. They work hard on those, and they were very entertaining and interesting.
Well said, and they don't get enough credit as we go through and the hours and hours of coverage that we have here for you for Kentucky Oaks yesterday and, of course, for today's Kentucky Derby. Well, it has come down to that moment right now to make our picks, and ladies first. Ms. Cox, what do you have?
I've been talking about Tappet Trice for a while now. I got a look at him. He's gorgeous, and I liked him before the Bluegrass, but he won the Bluegrass, so he won me over. Tappet Trice.
Yeah, I have to go along with Tappet Trice as well. I've said that with some friends earlier this week. I'm not going to hedge. Forte, of course, the favorite, scratched this morning, so a lot of people kind of rethinking their picks, but I'll take Tappet Trice as well. Bill Mack, who do you have?
Well, Larry, if you've been with us for any of the 20 or so derbies that we've done, I always take a weather theme or a science theme, and normally it's a stretch to find one. Well, this year, it was easy right off the bat with Sun Thunder sitting right out there, except that with all the scratches that happened, all of a sudden it became an embarrassment of riches for me, because not only do we have Sun Thunder, but we've got Cyclone Mischief.
Oh, that's right.
And so the bottom line is, I've brought along Olivia, my daughter's wedding fund. I'm exacta boxing Sun Thunder and Cyclone Mischief, with Cyclone Mischief taking the roses. Well, where am I wrong, Todd?
Well, first of all, I see your wedding fund and raise you Jack's college fund. I'm going to. He doesn't even know it. That's good. I can say that. Mage, who was a brilliant second to who would have been the favorite in the Kentucky Derby Forte. I love the move he made. He's only had 3 starts. To me, the angle coming into this Derby was the winner of the Derby will have not won their previous race. There's a lot of good horses in here that are ready to move forward. I think Mage is one of them. But no matter what what happens? I finally got an LEX 18 rain jacket, so I'm not leaving empty-handed.
Well, first of all, I just want to say thoughts and prayers to Olivia Mack and to Jack. A lot on the line today for them. I don't even think they necessarily know that they have a lot on the line. So hopefully all of those previous picks work out. But Keith, for me, I'm going with Nancy's pick and Larry's pick. Don't call me a follower. I've liked Tapit Trice this whole time. That was one of the horses. I had to research for the Derby, one of the packages I worked on leading up to this day. I just think it has too much going in his favor right now, whether it's the starting gate, that post position, where we have seen so many winners come out of number 5. So much going in his favor today. If I had to pick a second option, though, I am thinking about that exacta between Tapit Trice and King's Barn. How about you?
All right, I'm going to need Todd's help here. All right.
Okay.
How much do you put into speed figures whenever you're trying to handicap a race?
Remember, those are past performances. That happened in the past. They're going 1.25 miles, which they've never gone before, so I'm not big on speed figures.
Okay. In that case, then, I'm going with King's Barnes. I just, for some reason, I like it, and the speed figure wasn't there, but it also wasn't there for Rich Strike, right? So,
well, there you go.
Hey, how about that?
King's Barnes undefeated, too. So
exactly.
History is on your side, at least in that way.
I like that. It hasn't lost yet, right?
Look at Keith trying to think his way through this.
We should know better.
I didn't just pick the cloudy, sunny things, no, or jockey silks. I will be pouring over it a little bit more, though. I'm going to keep an eye on Mandarin Hero as well. Todd can talk me out of it later if he wants to. Let's take a look at the Derby odds, though, shall we? Because we are getting ever so close to that, and I think. So what's that? Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. All right, Tapit Trice 9-2. Angel of Empire now 4-1. 2 fills at 8-1. Mine that I picked, King's Barnes. See, I've got a little chance to make some money as well.
Yes, there you go. I like it.
Just a little bit.
I like it. And I don't know how I'm feeling for Olivia Mack at this moment with Cyclone Mischief 30-1. Bill, I hope you brought some lucky dice or something, because my thoughts are with Olivia.
Mage is going to a great college right now. But Jack is, because Mage is at 17-1. So Jack's got no worries. He can go, Stanford, Harvard,
anywhere he wants, really. Now, my question for you, Todd, is Reincarnate started off the day, morning line odds 50-1. Now we see 13-1. What's been the deciding factor to really change those odds so drastically?
Well,
never mind. We don't have Todd. So we'll just leave you at home with that question, because that's something I've been wondering all day. Because that's
I think you're putting a couple bucks down on that, aren't you?
I think I'm going to. I've really talked myself into it. How about you?
Not on that one. I'm going to try a couple of those. Like I said, I'm keeping an eye on Mandarin Hero, and that's at 21-1 right now. So, I think I can make a little bit of money there if that one comes in for me.
All right. I like it. I think we've done a good enough job. Hopefully we helped people out there make a decision, or we just mentioned enough names. You can just do what Keith might do.
Waters.
Exactly. Or just do what you want to do and just put down on the whole field.
A couple of dollars on the whole field, $40 bet. I win either way, But it may not bring me a whole lot. Depends. If it's Rich Strike, you're striking it rich.
And with that, we will send it back to Nancy and Larry.
All right, guys, thanks. We've had an incredible day bringing you all the sights and sounds from Kentucky Derby Day 149.
Hey, we want you to stick around, though, for NBC's coverage that is coming up next, right up to the Run for the Roses, and then the most exciting 2 minutes in sports. And then, though, we have more for you coming up at 7:30 tonight, a complete recap.
It's been our privilege to be here. We'll see you back at 7:30. Stay here. NBC Sports takes over with the Run for the Roses.
LEX 18, streaming local news 24/7. Search for LEX 18 on your device.
Lexington's premier shopping and dining destination at Fayette Mall.
Summer's here, and with an exciting new Toyota, you can take a trip to the beach, the city, the mountains, the desert, the bayou. I think I'm sinking. Definitely thinking.
Save on a stylish Corolla, the electrified Corolla Hybrid or versatile Corolla Cross, and get APR financing as low as 3.99%, plus 2 years no-cost maintenance.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places.
Electricity powers our lives, from the lights we switch on in the morning to the devices we rely on. But what happens when something goes wrong with our electrical systems? That's where our electrical services come in. Our team of licensed and experienced electricians are here to help you with all of your electrical needs. We have the knowledge and expertise to get the job done right. That's our every time promise. We believe that a safe and reliable electrical system is crucial to your comfort and peace of mind. Contact us today to schedule your free electrical safety inspection. FayetteHeating.com.
Whether you're looking for a little shimmy or the full group, these new scratch-offs from the Kentucky Lottery will get you moving.
So many interviews with really special people, and I don't mean just the celebrities, but those of us who are everyday people who are doing great things in our community or overcoming great odds. And I've had a chance for 35 years to be a part of that and tell those stories. That's special, and that's what I remember probably most of everything.
LEX 18 would like to thank Dillard's and Fayette Mall for helping our Derby team look their best at Churchill Downs. Shop Fayette Mall and Dillard's for all your spring attire needs. And thanks for watching LEX 18. The Big Blue Nation's official station is LEX 18.